And for the opposing side as well, Todd Zera coming in new as well, and Kaio is not playing. So that's going to be another player to keep an eye on, especially on a role as important as your anchor Sentinel. But getting ready to jump into the action, right? It's the pistol round, and as sadly we don't have an overlay, the defending side, BSCVA, NeoVal on the attack.
Ooh, this is so exciting. All right, it seems like the attackers are going to be going up towards Hookah, trying to make out anything they could find in there. Nope, this side's all clear. They're going onto site. Ooh, but they spot one in Garden. But do they know that there's two in Garden? They saw this guy, but they're slowly creeping back towards their spawn. You know, Sky doing a little jiggle peek towards along on sand. They're trying to see. Oh, and they're trying to go towards A site. Okay, site's clear. There's no one to stop them. There is two on A site, but you know what's gonna happen? Oh, there's one in smokes. Oh, and then Club gets the Reyna.
Oh, I like the backside challenge, but it falls short. You talked about how only 2 players are here, but they've held down the grounds. Yes, they can see the spike plant, but now they can play retake with a numbers advantage. Fabino has no stripped away.
Ooh, the Club gets the trade off of this, and then we got Raze and Cypher going head and head, but then Cypher loses that little battle. Ooh, they're not seem to be playing, but they get shot through the smoke, and that's so unfortunate.
Oh, that was really, really nice there from the side of BSCVA winning out their first defensive round. I do question maybe that they didn't fully commit to that fake on the B site since they didn't follow through after clearing out Hookah. That's kind of what you expected it to be. Maybe they threw like a nade back site or something. They would have kept the players there a little bit longer. But I did really like 2-Bit and their awareness over towards the A site, like saying we have no control over short right now, but I do have control over shower. So I'm gonna hold on to this, just let them get the plant down, and then we'll kind of just like serpentine surround them and take care of the post plant and that retake. So they get the buy up now. That comes with winning out your pistol round, and no real eco strat pulled out too early from NeoVal. Just gonna see how the chips fall here.
Yeah, so they're trying to see, you know, if site's all good. They're still gonna go for it, even though they still got the kill. Oh, and then he gets 2 kills off of that. Ooh, they're trying to see, and you know, Sky's gonna go for it, but you know, getting shot in the back with it, they lose this round, making it a 2-0.
Okay, I did like the commitment there from NeoVal, right? Last round, all you have to know is, okay, no one was playing Hookah, so why don't we just go 5-person Hookah? And it worked out for getting Hookah control, but then beautiful play there out of Fulf, you know, destroys it, so the players, you know, Garden are unspotted, able to switch effectively between the low mag Stinger and the Ghost to get some clean shots. And that's something else is a little bit different from the defensive side right now from BSCVA, is that they do have, right, 3 over towards B and 2 over towards A, when it's usually vice versa, but it's because they don't have a Sentinel.
That is actually a very good point here. So what I think that I like about how these attackers on Neo is they try to like creep up just to see what, you know, any information they could get, you know? And when they're committed, they commit. So right here, they're trying to see the notice that there's no one up close, and so they go straight for it. Ooh, but the Jet does shoot the Reyna off. Ooh, but the Sky does get the pick off. You know, this guy's trying to see if there's any information they could get. Ooh, she nearly almost gets shot. She's gonna back off a bit with 1 HP left. Is leaving it to a 3v2. They're still trying to get any information now, leaving it to a 2v2. They heard one go through TP, and now they're trying to creep up towards B. And this guy does get the kill off of Hookah. And now it's just a time that they have to play and see if they can get any more picks.
I mean, the fact that right now BSCVA is on for an eco round victory. Milano kind of revealing their position a little bit here with that flash over towards long. So it's going to be a little iffy, but the job gets done there. It's going to be low HP for both of these players to try and close things out for their squad. But the difference here is that Miro, with those frags they found on the A side, able to collect a weapon. And now it's all going to come down to timing and mind games, and Dream with only 3 bullets as well. If you whiff those, the reload, it could go the opposing way.
I really wonder why he didn't reload. He is creeping up into sight. He's smoking himself off just trying to see, will he stick this? He will. Oh, but he does got the molly onto the spike. Giving a little bit difficult, but he does. It is low HP, so he does get killed by that molly right there. And then Dream just, you know, creeping up, wandering around.
Yeah, we had some insane mollies from both Brimstones, right? It was, you know, with sneaking away with 1 HP, and then Miro getting finished off there. I think Miro played that to a T, maybe just needed to recognize there still was a molly in hand, but that was a much-needed clutch from the Dream for things not to kind of spiral into chaos here for Neo Valorant right out the gate. But aside from that, I think just again, the opening kill from 2-Bit, Shower's control on lock, prevented that A split attempt. And so when they try to commit through short, you have, the players just pop off like this clove and it's done and dusted. But this is the round where both teams, I think, have some Vandals in hand, some forced action from the team that won from Neo VAL. Now they get to kind of force in, hopefully with full weapons.
Yeah, honestly, I love how Sky executes. They're trying to keep control of Lamps here. Mira is trying to fight. Ooh, but the Raze does miss her shots and doesn't get it. But not Raze, sorry. Right now is trying to see any information backside. They are backing off a little bit, but they're trying to play as a team here, which is, really good for them. Getting that heal and everything. Maybe they're trying to look for lamp control. They're trying to peek around near the site. They are playing a little bit off site. Maybe they're trying to play off of Brim Util. They actually are playing off the Brim Util. They're probably waiting for it to hear the spike being touched. They have to be a little bit quick here before they get down. Ooh, and then the Raze does shoot at the Sky. And then this is where the Brim ult pops up. Alright, the tension is rising up right now. Trying to see control over Showers. Ooh, it's a little tension through Showers between the Cypher and the Jet. Ooh, but the Cypher does get the Jet.
For them.
No, it's not.
Oh, but the Incendiary, the lineups from the Dream are beautiful. Milano, no time left. They challenge the Incendiary there, the second victim to the mollies from the side of Neo Valorant. Very, very nicely done there. I want to see from both teams, right? The Dream with that clutch, having to be able to strike online, trusting in their post-plant lineups to kind of buy down the timer, but the ability to scale up there from BSCVA to claim that space and kind of push them into an uncomfortable position where Todd Zera feels like they have to take those Showers duels is impressive to say the least, as we tie things up 2-2 here. And now the economy is kind of in shambles for both squads, right? Not a full buy out of Neo, Light Shield scattered across for BSCVA. This is a make or break round for the economy of both teams.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's still winnable if they play their cards right here for, what's it called? Neo. They're still trying to play a little bit of trying to see any information they could get. I like how they play as a team and they try to get information as a team. They're not very solo into getting the site. Brim is rotating towards B site here just to see if they could get any more information about them committing onto it. This guy did pull a bird out towards long just to see what information they get smoked out, but the Raze does come in, but she gets two seen from backside. Ooh, but Miata gets just get one, but also does not get reset. They are putting ult and they're now planting here just to see every time. Honestly, it's a 2v3.
Wow, a Fambino with this Bulldog bites down hard. It deals with the Garden people basically single-handed, especially when there was a bazooka from the Raze as well of BSCVA. And they're not done either. They want the clip, they want the ace, and they are on par for it. 4 kills. Fambino gonna locate to it as well, and Hookah, they could do it here.
Oh my goodness. So they're honestly, it seems like they're trying to play, time a little bit. Ooh, but this Jet does get one. Sides of the creep. Ooh, but the little creep up behind does clear the Jet from Hookah. And they got the molly just in case if anybody else is alive. But honestly, that was played really, really well. They held, they tried to hold their site very well, but luckily the left flank was not able to get them on time, and unfortunately they lost that round.
This goes here.
No, that was, again, I said it, make or break, right? Now look who's broke, BSCVA. Look who's reclaimed the lead, Neo Valorant. And that's something else to point out, right, is that Neo Valorant, right, they've had really, really close maps. They'll go double digits, they'll go overtime, but they've only lost one map the entire season, and that was recently in the national playoffs to get to grand finals with a 2-1 victory. So it's gonna be, I think, a little bit of a long game for them. BSCVA hopefully won't feel too confident, but with an opening kill like that, yeah, you don't have a reason to be confident.
Yeah, so as we see here, Defender is trying to get as much picks as they get. They don't have the equipment and the guns to be fighting. Ooh, but they miss. Ooh, but Milano does get the Raze off of elbow here. They're trying to fight in together on the site. Do they know that Sky's in the elbow? Oh, they do know that she's there. Oh, but they did not get the complete win and leaving it to a 3v3.
Wow. I mean, we're getting some little trade-off, right? Fabina with the 4K, Zoinks with 4K saying, hey, I can do that too. And it's a great improvement as well from both of these squads right out the gate. I like to see it and the confidence there. Rotation retake. It shows kind of now the flexibility here, a little bit of the two squads so far. Like they're okay, like they can retake A, they can retake B. Versus last round when we saw Fabino run through them, they kind of just like held their ground on B and were punished as a result.
Like how this Clove tries to put a little bit pressure on the smoke bag. Ooh, but the Clove does get shot off. Ooh, let's see how Clove plays with her ult too to try to get some pick. Ooh, oh, she just gets shot down by the Rays on the attacker side.
I know exactly.
We got defenders going quickly onto site, but the Cypher does pull their ult from attack and seeing where they could be. This is a 3v4 leaving on hand. Sky going in with her dog to see any information. There's a little fight between CT and Shower. Oh, but they do not see her behind the triple. Now they do, and she got shot down.
Yeah, and this is interesting. I like Golden playing forward because they don't have that Brim. They don't have the Dream to rely on for these post plants, right? So there's no utility to get these players off the bomb, especially when your Raze has also fallen. So again, they're trying to play up close, and it's working out to a degree. A beautiful Lear, and still the Reina, the Empress, is shutting down these players. Milano in the 1v2. Oh, they get the ace!
Ooh, that's a crazy ace. One thing I like about Reina is, you can get a kill and get out, get a kill and get out. And, that's what they did. They played Reina very, very well, making their team go up one more point.
And I'm in awe because Golden and Fiddy Exec, they were actually they're swapped on roles. Usually it's Fiddy Exec on the Reina and Golden on the Raze. So the fact that they swap here and Golden's definitely popping off. Maybe Fiddy Exec having a little bit slower of a start. We've seen some kind of util fumblings after double satchel entries, but I hope that they warm up, especially when, look at this, they have their own showstopper, and this would be beautiful, right? Orbital strike to bail them out, you satchel in, but you had the spike in hand, it's getting nicey. They need Ray's trying to use her ult just to clear backside, trying to find somebody. Ooh, she didn't find anybody, but she's trying to creep up towards CT with the Cypher, trying to see if they can get any picks. They're playing a little bit of a patience game, see who peeks out first. Oh, but this Raze does leave the Cypher. Maybe the Cypher can get one. Ooh, we have a little shower fight. Ooh, but Clove does get shot down from CT in heaven. Trying to see if there's any information. Ooh, but the Zonks does pull out her ult to see if she can get anybody. It's kind of a little bit quiet. Ooh, but she just found one in true. Oh, but the Reina dismisses, but gets the kill at the same time. This is crazy. Hold up, wait. Oh. Did they get one? Ooh, the Brim. Maybe Brim's trying to play time here, trying to see if they can get pick a one. Let's see if they swing together or not. Ooh, he's got the Reina to try to get the shower. There's no time.
He's creeping, but there unfortunately is no time.
And
I get the kill.
Oh, they're live!
Detention! Ah!
Oh, doesn't get the round, doesn't keep their weapon, and the lead is slowly growing here for the side of Neo Valorant. And I think they're finally cracked the code on that A side post plan. I talked about how previously the few rounds that we saw a BSCVA sneak away, it was kind of like they were just really good at taking that space back, and they were like fully trusting in the Dream in those post plant situations, right? So what do now? They couple that with aggression from Golden, from Todd Zera, from Fabino, who play forward and stop these players. I mean, you saw especially, right, Todd Zera and that Raze in CT. So they had to use so much utility just to dislodge them as well. It's really clean here, and I need to see a change come out from BSCVA because they're going to keep going A if they keep having success here.
Not having a Sentinel for BSC is kind of, kicking them in the butt a little bit. Because, honestly, Neo is going straight for it, Like, once they see the opening, they rip it open, So, they're just trying to see any information that they could get playing slow. They do hear the Clove drops. Jump peeking from elbow. Clove does put his smoke down. They are on a little bit of a tight budget with their econ. Ooh, but the Raze does get in towards. Let's see. But the Clove does get the kill in the gun, but the Rain is also going in. Oh, unfortunately, Clove does not get the kill off of the Rain.
Ooh,
okay.
Ooh,
okay. Ooh. This is all very exciting. But it's they do. Ooh, I wonder how this 1v1 of the Brim's gonna go with this Reina. There is someone spawning them up for heaven, but Reina's just like, maybe I should get a shotgun. We're trying to see this information that they get. They are sticking to the defuse, but will they get the kill? Yes.
Oh.
That was crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, great attempt there. Like you mentioned, it wasn't eco, it was mostly deagles. The trades in U-Haul were kind of clean, you know, shutting down Fiddy Exec, you know, shutting down Todd Zera. But when Golden's just popping off shot after shot like that, like they shut down, right, Milano in U-Haul, and then suddenly they're fighting Heaven as well and finding a nasty headshot. Like, that's nutty too. But aside from that, yeah, we're finally maybe seeing a change out of them. Like, look, you have double fighting shower, you have your brimstone short. I like the brim short because if it gets overwhelming, you pop an incendiary, right? And then they can't push through.
We see this raise. Ooh, Zoinks does get a pick off of long here. They are going for straight for the site. They're trying to put a nade or a bomb towards backside to see if they can get information. Milano does get some information off the site. Does get a pick off of there. A nade being thrown. Ooh, Milano gets two picks off of a B site, which is actually very important for them. Now they're trying to hold site here. They do spot one in hookah, which leads to a 5v1. Honestly, I'm terrified for this guy. Ooh, but that's so unfortunate, getting shot to the smoke. I would be so upset.
And it means like 2 out of the 4 rounds here of VAL have just been accredited to Zoinks an insane kind of like 3s and 4Ks, right? So that's the statement in itself as well. Zoinks pops off, BSCVA get around on the board. But aside from that here, we're kind of hitting an interesting position where it's 6-4, right? So if Neo Valorant gets one more round, a lead is guaranteed at the half. And they have some ults to hopefully achieve that, right? We've seen Golden with the Empress. The Seekers would be great to confirm a site exec. But I think that if they win this round, the economy is going to be constrained for Neo Valorant, and BSCVA would have a way to tie us up 6-6.
You know, honestly, this is not really too horrible. You know, they're trying to get their picks. They're going straight for a site. They're playing.
Ooh, nice name.
Ooh, they're trying to get one off of on site. Ooh, they do get one. Leaving it to a 4v4. Trying to see if Milano could get one. Milano does get one, but then gets shot back at. Oh no, we got Fluff here trying to creep up. You know, but is smoked off, making it a little bit difficult. They're all 3 of defenders are on CT, trying to creep up as much as they can. But will they get it? Ooh! Ooh, but he does get the shot off the Rain on 2. And he does get the shot off of Raze! Leaving it to a 3v1. He's getting shot everywhere. Unfortunately, they lost. But then a 1-up for BSC.
And there was a lot of moving parts to that B exec, and I think ultimately, right, like the nade was beautiful, forces the race to swing. No one was ready to kind of like take that duel, which again, you got to understand then where your teammates and communicate where that util is going. But then the problem with that was Fiddy exec, right? They had no util then to invest into CT, right? That boom bot was really early. Then they're just trying to hold it with some sprays down through the sky smoke, and all of that doesn't really work because it's just disrespected. And we've seen Golden, right? Usually in that kind of position, they step up and they get, you know, 2 or 3 kills and then it's done. But when they fall, then you're like, uh-oh, our Brim died early, we don't have a post-point option, and the ones just went the way of BSCVA, and now, like I mentioned, economy not great here for the side of Neo Valorant in their last round, and we could see a tied 6-6 half.
You know, honestly, Neo has showed that, you know, they're able to, you know, fight situations like this. We just have to see if they're able to fight again. Though BSC does have their defending ways a little bit more in check. Trying to see if Fiddy here can try to get a pick one. Ooh, but he's pointed too close and does get picked off. Trying to see Falaf try to get another one. Trying to see if he could hear information. They did go quiet here. Trying to see, you know, a little bit of what they could do here. This guy does pull their ult to see if there's any information, but they're noticing that there's no one here on B. Maybe they're going a little toward A. We're not sure. So Cypher's trying to creep up towards Lamps to see if there's any information they could get.
All right. This has been a key trademark for BSCVA's winning these showers duels, and it's not going to be any exception now. Two-Bit holding on even with the reload short. He's out.
I know exactly.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Leaving it to a 4v1. Cypher does pull his ult just trying to see where the enemy is at. They, you know, BSC is feeling pretty confident. It is a 4v1. All Cypher has to do is put the spike down. But, you know, they're onto him. They're very much onto him with 13 seconds left on the clock, but he does not win that one against Raze. And, you know, leaving it to a 6-6, an even half.
We predicted it, right? Just, again, we talked about slow burn, kind of developing right now, looking clean, tying things up 6-6, and My concern now is that this was a 6-6 with a composition for BSCVA that did not have a Sentinel. So it's either going to be heavy pressure on Todd Zara to perform on this defensive half, or I think we could see BSCV run away with things with this more aggressive composition. I mean, you look at like both of their duelists and they're more stable versus it's kind of this standout player of Golden right now for Neo Valorant. And I've learned from, you know, mixed ranked attorneys that a top heavy team does not favor against well-rounded squads, and that's what I'm seeing out of BSCVA at the moment.
Yeah. So we got the Cypher here on setup on B. We do got all of BSC onto A, gonna try and get information. They do have a little bit of shower control, but there's no one going towards showers. Ooh, but someone is creeping up towards site. Ooh, but the Brim just missed a couple shots. Ooh, but luckily he had his partner there to trade him off. We got a little bit of shower control from BSC, and we're trying to get information that we can get with the Sky. Todd is trying to see if he can get any more information towards backside. Backside seems to be free a little bit. Ooh, they do get some information. Ooh, they both get smoked. Lined up. Ooh, but he just gets hit from the smoke.
And this is chaotic. I mean, already on a pistol round, you have a double flank coming through. And beautifully, we see BSCVA pivot forward, handle it, and hold down that post plan. They're like, okay, guys, you don't have a Sentinel? Well, we're going to flank. And it seems like BSCVA kind of understood the fundamental weakness of their composition. They were prepared to handle it. And now they get their buy, they get the lead, likely going to expand it. And I'm just impressed right now, to say the least.
Yeah, I really wonder what BSC's initial plan was to not have a Sentinel, and what, you know, what they could have expected. How are they going to get onto site? How are they going to defend the site? But now we got Golden here out with the shotgun, creeping up to the corner, see if he can try to get any picks. You know, Ray's throwing a little bit of utility or a little distraction. Ooh, but the dog does. The Reyna in the corner. Ooh, was going to shut down the Reyna down and kills a kill. Ooh, he's actually towards Lance. Ooh, but does get shot by a Classic. But, you know, they got, you know, each other's back. They got that pick off, trying to get the plant, but they get shot. Ooh, and then that was so unfortunate. There were shots left and right from every team. There was so much happening. Oh my goodness.
I mean, they get the gamble stack right, correct, placing 5 players on A. It's just, again, the thoroughness there from BSCVA. Milano has been really insane, like, not pop-out moments, just consistency, right, across the board, always getting their own, and doing their job, right? They clear out a really catastrophic angle of Golden with the Bucky, and just a shot through the smoke connect, and, I mean, silver lining there, and hats off to Neo Valorant, they're able to take 2 down with them, so they have to, like, buy up or eco a few weapons, but aside from that, now, this is when they have to pop off, they have to turn the game around when they have rifles in hand. If the third round bonus goes for BSCVA, we might as well say bye-bye and head to Haven.
I love how this Raze in Lamps is trying to, you know, push them off, stalling a little bit more time for their teammate to rotate towards B. We're trying to see if there's any action in showers. Ooh, but Golden does get the kill off of the Clove. You know, and this could be like a type of like their smokes is kind of limited, but not really, you know. So we're gonna see 2-bit here try to, you know, sneak up towards shower, try to see if we could get any more information off to get a pick, honestly, from Neo here.
And we're already less than a minute left on the round, right? Like, it felt like it just started. So this slow pacing after losing your smokes. Like, I feel like that's why they're leaning towards the A site, right? Because, you know, posthumously you can smoke out for your team still, as long as it's in a small enough radius. And they're trying to bait people off on the rotate, and it's working. Look, you know, the Raze almost gives up U-Haul control, the Sky almost leaves Heaven, and now they've come to a screeching halt. They don't believe in the Milano fake over towards B side anymore because they disengage. They're not throwing any additional players, any additional utility. So the fake fails, fizzles out, and now there's gonna be players here ready to contest with weapons.
Ooh, the Raze does get spotted in Leos. Ooh, but she does get the shot onto Zoinks. Plant is trying to take an action, but they do gang up on this Raze, and they do get a gun from that. Ooh, but he does get shot down with 10 seconds left on the clock, but unfortunately, Suzu was not able to get that kill, leaving it to an 8-7.
Yep, I mean, it's the rifle round. You get better weapons. You get the, again, you know, not over-rotating factor there, which was really clean. The fake almost works for Milano, so credit where it's due, but I really wish they were able to get the plant down there, and we saw kind of Fulf trying to there with the support of 2-bit from bench, but just too many players, especially that Odin from Dream, collapsing inward, and doesn't go their way on the bonus round. But now they have their own weapons, and they have 2-bit with the attack operator. We didn't even get to see this on the defensive half.
You know, I was curious why Neo was a little bit hesitant to go on A. Maybe they're scared of the Cypher on B, but no, they're gonna give it a try right now. Ooh, but they do get some information off
Nice
of Garden and Long, you know, and so they're trying to creep up as much as they can. There is 3. Ooh, but Zoinks does get the pick off of Golden. You know, Golden is like the strongest part of the team for Neo. So they're trying to see if they could get any, you know, more information off of that kill. Trying to sneak up a little bit. There is 2 all the way on the back on A. Trying to see if they could get any information. Maybe they're not fully committed onto B site. They're trying to see if they could get any more picks. Trying to sneak up through hookah and see if they could get any more agents killed.
Ooh. Fabian's another player.
Ooh, yeah. Perfect crosshair placement. Ooh, this is intense. Honestly, they say okay. I'm curious if they're gonna try to get, you know, onto this site and see if they could go, but they're already leaning towards back. Oh, this is interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm curious about Fabina's crosshair first off, Observer. If you want to go back to them for a second, it looks like a flint from Minecraft. But, you know, there it is. Look at that. But, yeah, you're correct, right? That was beautiful crosshair placement. They hold on, and I like that they get out, right? They don't stick around. They don't wait for the refrag to come. So this is still going to be a 4-on-4 when they retake this A site, which they've also rotated to beautifully in time. Again, is the enemy for BSCVA. Look at the nade.
Oh my goodness, the time is running out. Raze is trying to throw as much util as possible. Ooh, but she didn't notice the op kill. Ooh, but the Brave does get the kill off a Jet. Trying to see if they can even plant. Oh, they did try to defuse. Is anything to a 1v1? Could they fight? Ooh, but the Clove does get the kill. You know, this is very interesting. Honestly,
Get the op!
Oh no! Oh no! Maybe they didn't want to, you know, they didn't want to touch that, you know?
They realized their mistake. You saw them running over there in a panic. But, you know, you give them credit. They just got a really clean 1v2 clutch after, again, you planted that spike by the skin of your own teeth. You mentioned it. Fidiag's like really clean on the denial utility from the nade to the satchels, and it really did just come down to Miro. Some really clean impact frags there, especially when they are trending towards the bottom of the leaderboard right now, just sitting doing their job. Not as an aggressive Clove you maybe expect from this style of pick, but economy not damaged just yet here from the side of Neo Valiant. You still see that trademark Odin now for Dream on the defense, which was clean in neutralizing the operator. And aside from that, I do like how defaulted, how kind of separated this is. Look at the Jet holding for the raise. Like, this is so deep. I would not expect it if I was Fidiag Zek swinging this.
You know, honestly, waiting it out is just working for them. You know, trying to see if they could get any information onto any site. There's a Sky Dog going onto the site. They do get notice that there's another Sky near too. Ooh, but Milano does get the kill off of Fabian. Trying to see if they could get any more information. It's a winning game. Ooh, but 2-bit does get the kill off of the Raze and Showers. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of back and forth of these 1v1s. They're trying to rotate towards A, but they're not rotating. Neo is staying there, staying towards B. Maybe they'll stall a little bit from the Cypher trips, but you know, they don't know that they're rotating. I'm really curious how this is gonna go off with leaving it to a 4v2.
Like, they got 2 kills on A, Todzera gets a kill on B, and you expect the Cypher trips there. Like, there's no one in their right mind that would be execing onto B right now. But that's exactly what BSCVA is doing, right? They kind of take the bait, they call the bluff, and it works out here. Now they get a really clean post plant with, you know, double ults just in case a weird 2v4 clutch comes in the favor of Neo Valorant. But this is looking like a really good double digits attempt, which is exactly why Neo Valorant has already just called for the save.
You know, I'm noticing a lot of these, you know, mind games. You know, you think that they're going A, but they're really going to B. Wait, they're not going to B, they're going to A. And so a lot of these rotations are happening, you know, and they seem pretty hesitant to rotate from all these previous rounds of how they're, you know, executing their util and how they're going to planting. We got 2-bit going into their spawn trying to see if he could get any pick. There is a Cypher Camp trying to see if there is someone. He does hear somebody. Trying to see if they could get any picks from these hidden, but they're gonna, you know, try to save their guns for the next round as their recon is kind of tight.
Yeah. Again, you don't want to come down to, you know, 11, 12, like map point. And again, this as well, I want to say is Neo Valorant's map pick. Production will correct me if I'm wrong, but it's based on the fact that BSCV
We're just gonna
position is fundamentally weaker on the defense.
So ooh, they're actually gonna 4-stack. Over here we got BSC 4-stacking onto B, trying to see if they could, try to take control over long. Trying to pull up their ult, Does he get one? No, he doesn't! What? He didn't get any! Oh my goodness! Does he even get to a 4v2? Again. Oh my goodness, trying to see if they can still have control over long. This guy is pulling up the heal. But, this is... Honestly, I assumed as well, like, maybe if they could take control over long, just try to see if they could get any more picks, but, Neo just held their ground. Or did it? Oh my goodness!
Wait, they just accept their fate, right? That's beautiful from Dream. Like, okay, you're trailblazing. Well, guess what? Deep fried. And at this point, it's now a 2v3. But with your Brimstone this low, and you on the other side of the map, it's still gonna be difficult to clutch this out.
They still got Neo here. Still got 2 ults, the Jet ult and the Raze ult. They could be pulling time here. We do got Dream here and the Cypher trying to, see if they could flank. Is it expected though? I'm not sure, but they're holding site pretty well. They got all angles looked at, and their shots have been pretty on top. So they're trying to creep up. Wait, but Dream trying to creep
Knife
up. Knife him! Here. Oh no!
Knife him! You're not gonna win the round. There's no time left. No.
You never know. Dream it and they'll make it happen. We got a little bit of Miro here trying to shoot off the Cypher. Ooh!
Yeah.
Oh, but he doesn't get the kill, and then the attack 1 on this side, making it 11-7.
Ooh, and this feels like the beginning of the end. I mean, look at since the side swapped, I said it, right? Like, this comp's now on its favored side. So yes, it was a 6-6. You're like, oh my god, it's so close. But then you look at the comps and you're like, wait a minute. Something isn't lining up there. And again, I don't want to say it felt like a last-ditch effort, but that 4-player down long getting shut down that brazenly by BSCVA, by the Bobcats, like, that was just insane. And look at the ults as well. They've kind of saved up for a grand finale here, whether that comes this round to secure map point and OT, or whether it comes to close out the game. We'll have to wait and witness.
I'm really curious how BSC's gonna hold their sights here. They are creeping up towards, Neo is creeping up towards long, pulling the Raze Ultra to see if we get information towards backside. There's no one found to be there. He might throw his util towards CT, but he could get 1 pick, maybe 2. Nope, he doesn't get anybody. Trying to see if they could get any util. Todd does have elbow control, but does somebody dare to try to see if there's anybody there? Ooh, they do sense him. He's trying to shoot. This guy gets shot down. Ooh, this gets shot down towards backside.
This is clean. Neural stepped out, they finally found a kill. Tadzera trying to pressure here into Garden. Ooh. Clears out Cubby, at least from the trades. Milano roasted and toasted as well. It's the trade of incendiaries, and again, the dust settles. It goes to these post-plant demons of Miro, the clutch factor, and the Brimstone, the clutch utility to reach map point here for the side of BSCVA. And the fact they do it with just 1 ultimate as well, with the showstopper to clear out that Cypher, is just a statement.
If I was BSC, I would have no idea what to do, how to defend my site. As we see here, Neo is executing site control very, very well. They're playing as a team very, very well. They're playing off of the util very, very well. They're getting their picks, They're doing everything right, We do see BSC here trying to take control over Cubby, trying to see if they can get any information. We do got Neo throwing a lot of util. But this dude gets shot down, making it a 4v2. Oh, and then there's somebody else there, making it a 5v1.
It's over.
It is over. Ooh, man, we believe in this guy. We believe in this guy.
This might get information.
This might phantom off, but unfortunately, he's not just able to get the kill onto Bambino and making it a 13-7 with Neo winning a bind.
Wow, the 13-7 statement on your opponent's map pick to go up 1-0 in this series. Really, really clean. But again, it's a best of 5. So we got, 4 other great maps up next. Haven, Pearl, Ascent, Split. And I think the only thing to point out here after the map has concluded, at least in my mind, is that this was both of these teams' most experienced maps, right? They both were undefeated on this map But the fact remains that Neo Val had played it 7 times. They were 7-0 versus BSCVA was 4-0 on the season for this map. So that's a statement in itself here to win out here. Maybe those new additions, getting the job done here really, really nicely. And I'm just so glad we get to take a look at that leaderboard because again, it shows how it was so well rounded versus it was this very top heavy opponent of Neo Valorant.
Mm-hmm. How they played as a team was so, chef's kiss for Neo here. And so I was just, in awe of how, how they executed everything and whether, they were able to defend well, what if they were able to attack well, So it was a lot of everywhere, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a heavy compositional difference again. That kind of made the difference. But we're headed to Haven next, another map that's kind of like the middle round of experience for both of these squads. Haven, like I said, the only map that was ever lost was Sunset by by Neo Val, and so all of these maps are now undefeated, right, for the side of them. And Haven, we're gonna see maybe I would say some more normalcy. I would say out of Neo Val again. And again, it's going to be BSCVA, which these maybe sided compositions where if key players are popping off, then it could be dominance. But again, there's player changes for both of these rosters that could result in comp changes. So hard to tell.
I'm waiting for Neo or BSC to pull, something out of their sleeve, making their team very unique, and hopefully, maybe Northeastern Oklahoma could try to get their win onto this map. Because there's a lot of there's 5 maps left, or 4 other maps left. So I'm very curious how they're gonna do this and execute all these strats that they have up their sleeve.
Well, like we said, it's going to be a long night full of a lot of collegiate Valorant, so we need to take a breather. The players need to take a breather before we jump into an important map of Haven. So we're going to go to a quick break, but when we come back, the NJCAAE Grand Finals will continue.
everybody to NJCAA. Here we got Zobi again, and we got myself, Moo. And, welcome to Valorant Grand Finals. That last, map was, pretty intense with their, econ differences, how they used their util differences, and just, how they played as a team, which was very unique to their own.
Oh no, for sure. A 13-7 statement first map, I'll say, because not only was it Neo's pick, but that was like their map to beat them on as well, right? They purposely were like, it's a best of 5, let's start out strong, and they unfortunately fall short. So now we head into Haven, where I said I was gonna promise you a crazy comp versus a normal comp, and this is why. You get your Reyna, you get your ISO, you get your Clove, as promised. Miro playing it on every map except for Scent, and now the Defender comp. It's gonna just be your kind of standard Jet Breach. No, not Double Sentinel. What are you doing there? There's no way, right?
That would be very interesting, honestly. We're seeing a lot of, not golden, I'm sorry. We're seeing a lot of, these defenders, picking up their own, try to ways and see. Oh, wait, hold on. This is a little bit decisive. Two omens, two ciphers. Okay, so for attackers here, personally, I haven't seen an ISO and a Clove and a Reyna play together in a professional setting, so I'm very curious on your perspective, what is there to expect here?
I am a little bit worried about the dynamic between the two duelists, because you typically see, right, the ISO paired with a Jet or a Neon, an agent that can still act as a dive into that site, so you send out the ISO wall, and then they follow it up really quickly with those kind of speed utilities, and without that, it does make me scared a little bit that these duelists are gonna have to stand alone. But I think with Zoinks especially, we saw them really, really nice over on Bind. 2-Bit, I think literally they just didn't get the chance to shine because other players were stealing the limelight there a little bit, or they were falling a little early. But aside from that, I don't know what to expect. I am excited to see Fiddy Exit, I think, on a role that's not that raise as well, because I think they did kind of struggle with the utility there a little bit, it seemed at times, right? Fumbling between that or taking the kills head on. And I think that's kind of more times than not led to their demise. So on the Cypher as an anchor will be really clean. But this is different, right? We've swapped sides, right? Starting on the attack this time is BSCVA. On the defense is going to be Neo Valorant. And I think this is the half where both these comps are pretty favored.
Yeah, honestly, again, I'm excited to see what this icicle pull. How you mentioned diving, something you would want to complement with another duelist. But a little thing with ISO is you can push a little bit with his wall. It could be beneficial in its own ways, but I'm really curious how they're going to execute onto these sites. All right, we're going into this with the Cypher trip being triggered. Ooh, the ISO doesn't even blinded. Oh, they're all being blinded, a little bit held back onto long. They're taking control of site a little bit good, trying to see if they can get picks, and they do get 2 picks, or a pick off of that.
Sova.
They're holding. Oh, what's the Sova doing?
Dream is gonna read that all these players are rotating over towards A. Could get the timing to pick off a few of the last remaining members like this ISO. No, they let them pass. No trips were set up either. This is gonna be huge in the late round.
Honestly, this is a very good thing for Sova to do, trying to get the information as fast as possible. This Cypher trying to see if he can get any information from Heaven. They do get the spike down, and this is a 4v4 with a little bit of BSC agents. Ooh, but Dream does get a pick off of the ISO, and Mira does get a pick off of the Omen. See if they're just leaving it to a 3v2. Dream is trying to get the shot, the Club whipping a little bit shots, but does get killed. With Miro, BSC getting the win on here, making it 1-0.
So what's frustrating about Valorant, right? You can have the perfect theory, you could have studied everything, and then when you get to the test, you get to the practice, right? Everything can fall short, right? Like I said, the position from Dream, beautiful. The call, the rotations, all chef's kiss. And then it goes to a few whiff shots with that Deagle, and Miro pops off with their own 3-piece, and you lose the round regardless. So again, from a strategic perspective, that could not have been played better by Neo Valorant. And it just, again, goes the way of BSCVA. Again, nice shots, a nice rotation. And now they have weapons in hand, a hefty buy-up as well with these Guardians. And they're headed to the A site, which has been solely entrusted to the Cypher.
They're trying to see if they could try to shoot any Cypher util. They got the Reyna blind onto the site. Ooh, they get a little tripped over and getting shot from Heaven, but unfortunately Cypher was not able to get anybody. They do get the Sova dart onto site, see if they can see any information. Ooh, but they do get the picks off of from backside, and then we get to a 1v3, but we got a BSC on the upper hand with having guns.
Yeah, that was a very, very nice. I'm liking the Cypher trips. I feel like 2-Bit keeps finding themselves kind of a victim of them. And it's showing as well the coordination from Neo Valorant, right? As soon as that trip goes off, you have usually a fault line or a paranoia like we saw on the pistol round or in that second round over towards the ace site. So I think if they pair that with, say, a duelist as well, like Golden rotating really quick, then they can have a really nice flood re-entry. But again, getting that set up, getting those proactive rotations on a map like this is so dangerous because it's going to leave you vulnerable to some lurk plays or to some mass rotations. And I mean, again, we'll have to see if that's what they decide to opt for later on, but this is a big round. Weapons in hand, a little bit of an eco strat here for BSCVA, which is exactly why they're toying around with grass, maybe going for garage or B, and that's exactly what you want to do when there's these better weapons on the opposing side.
Yeah, they're trying to see if they can get any information. They do have Spike left close towards, towards their spawn, trying to see, this is, trying to go to see if they could get any picks here. They are creeping a little bit up towards B together with the Reyna and Clove. Ooh, Golden is trying to see if we can find any information, but, there's no one near him. And then, so they're going a little bit towards back, a little bit, undecisive where, BSC could be at. They do got the spike. It seems like they're heading towards C with Omen alone on B. Omen does spot them, put a little smoke down, possibly communicate to their team that they hear 1 or 2 off of C long. There is 4 trying to creep up towards C long. Todd just put a blind off, does back off a little bit maybe hesitant of what they'll pull up from their sleeves. They are trying to, play this a little bit slow. Ooh, but he does get killed through the box? Okay, perfect cross for her placement, first of all. Ooh, but Todd does get picked off a 2-Bit from 1, but Todd does get picked off from Hero. But they seem to be rotating back. This time they don't have a Sova creeped up, so they're a little bit unaware. But Zoinks, he is held on the garage trying to see if he can get one, but he gets one. Ooh, almost got a second one, but they got 12 seconds left on the clock. They're playing onto B site here. There's only 2 left off of Neo here, trying to see if they could get, any more picks. It's still possible to win, but it's gotta be a little bit quick. Ooh, but Dream does get picked off.
And I mean, this was an eco round, a bonus, right? For the side of BSCVA. So that's why Fabino is so hesitant here. Like, guys, I probably should save this rifle, be a hero rifle for the next round. That was just I barely say this, but check Miro's PC. Like those shots, not even just the first one, like you said, through the center Radianite box on C, but even just the second one protecting your teammates as they fleed. Your vision was probably body blocked by your teammates to all heck and back. And that is just insane that they're able to do that. You can see the rest of the forces here, they know, okay, guys, let's go hunting, maybe try and get this Vandal out of Fabino's hands, but not gonna go their way. We get the 3-0 right now, favoring BSCVA, and I'm not gonna say I'm a profit move, but I did kind of say I could see this comp just kind of snowballing into this map too, on this half in particular. It does look like we get to slow things down, right? One way to stop the snowball is just to shatter it with a tech pause.
The tech pause. So it seems, I like how this Reyna is playing like a little rat,
oh my God, look at their pings!
Oh jeez.
Oh my gosh, they're getting T-tossed.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Maybe you predicted that too, the tech pause. That would be crazy.
Wow.
Well, it seems like BSC here maybe trying to be going 8, but no one has Spike. So I really wonder what the comms look like right now. Probably, they are. Their confidence is up there. Maybe we don't need the Spike, we can just shoot everybody. But wait, I'm actually curious because there's 2 players from Neo in their spawn.
It's the ping. It's the that's why there's a tech pause right now.
Oh, there is a tech pause.
They're trying to finish. They're trying to figure out what's going on with the internet because they were all at 18 to 30 ping. So the fact that they're all now suddenly over 100, my guess is they're all at the dorms or something, right? Maybe Fabino isn't playing from there.
It is finals weeks for many schools right now.
So hats off to you for number 1 playing in the tourney instead of studying. But I think this seems like maybe a campus-wide issue would be my prediction here for this squad. But again, look, some intel from chat. Okay, also, unfortunately, my players had to leave the dorms. They will be playing from home with a higher than usual ping. Okay, well, I mean, but this ping, I don't think it was there from the start of the game. I could be wrong, but I feel like I would have noticed it. And look, you can see disconnects and reconnects from players like Golden. Something's up.
I mean, honestly, personally, I play my games with high pings. Okay. One thing about high
This
pings, you could,
This is like you're not from EU, bro.
maybe not that high, but like the ping difference. I would say you have to take advantage of this ping. You have to swing a lot of things, which could be a little bit unfortunate since you're on defender side. But you gotta take advantage of the high ping. And I personally won a couple games like that. To be honest, growing up, I didn't have the best internet, so that's what I had to learn. But I'm rooting for Neo here to like get a couple.
Yeah.
So.
And again, this round is going to be interesting if the tech pause comes to a conclusion, just because you do have that hero rifle. I'm not saying I want Fabino to hand off that rifle, especially when your breach is kind of expected to be a secondary anchor. But I think as well, your breach could like set up an aggressive play for, say, Golden over towards A main. And again, we're like omnipotent like visionaries in this game, right? We can see where everyone's set up. But the fact that they're leaning also towards the A site means you can set up your jet really well for an aggressive play. And it does look like some of our players are starting to spread out. They might be concluding the tech pause here soon, but we'll have to see.
I'm honestly, if they're gonna be playing in these high pings, I'm really curious how this is going to go. But it's okay. We can rely on this breach with the what is it, 36 ping? Maybe he'll carry the team to victory. You never know. You never know what these teams pull up on their sleeves. I've been a caster for these past game, and so a lot of these college teams, pull up something unique about their team. So I'm very curious. Maybe I was expecting for them. You never know. So I'm very curious how that's gonna go.
All right, we have the R's from both squads as well, so we're going to be jumping back into the action as well. I would say, I don't want to say an important round because this is an eco here for the side of Neo Valorant, but again, going up 4-0 is a dominant way to start out this game here so far for BSCVA, and maybe proving as well why this is their map pick, why they're so confident in this composition that they've so carefully crafted around the strengths of their squad and not around the meta necessarily.
So we're just trying to see, letting the timer go down from 4, 3, 2, and 1, and let the action begin. We got Zoinks here from window trying to see if we get any information off of B. But we got Golden's, heading tight to see. Ooh, but he does get seen. Ooh, but he does. Zoinks does get the pick off of Golden. They do have Spike again back towards their side. Maybe they're trying to see if they can get any picks. Ooh, they picked it up. Maybe they're going towards C. It seems like they're going to be going towards C. We do have our Cypher trying to creep up a little bit, trying to see the information. Ooh, but Zoinks doesn't see the camera.
They know it's a fake.
Ooh, okay. This is interesting. They are going up towards C long. Hopefully Todd does not get picked off from the box again magically. Oh, but they're going back towards to see the information. Sova is hanging around to see if they can get any picks off of anybody that might swing from smokes. So he's trying to see if he can get any information off of Garage. And Milano trying to see if he can get information off of C side. He doesn't see anybody, but there is 2 people on site.
I like this, right? The A side fake fails. You realize, okay, there's more players than we like over towards C, so let's not commit to that when we should have a surefire eco round. And so by slowing things down, they deposited Zoink so deep that they're gonna have a stark advantage. A beautiful dismiss out as well, so they are not gonna be dropped by the dream just yet. And they are going to turn it into a nightmare. 3 kills for Zoinks. This round pretty much done and dusted. Aww.
Oh, we got Cypher. Okay, well, now we know where the Cypher is at. They got the spike down. Cypher from C-Link is trying to go over, see if he get that pick that, Fid is in on their site. To see if he can say any information, maybe hopefully pick up a gun. He does have a deagle. Deagles would go pretty well if you have your aim there. But there is 2 watching. See if there's anybody. He does hear 1 creeping up. Let's see if he gets the kill. Oh, but he doesn't get the kill. Milano gets the kill off of the Cypher.
Yeah, I mean, Fidiaxic wants to die there no matter what because they're not going to be saving a deagle, but I think they hope to get 1 there just to take some of this economy off of the side of B. Yes, CVA, just because, look at their economy, right? Many players are max now versus you still are scraping the bottom of the barrel, living paycheck to paycheck. And, I mean, this is like treating yourself. Golden picking up the operator in the regen shield, okay, if you lose this, then it's gonna be even worse for wear, right? You're gonna be eating, ice water instead of the best cereal, and 4-0, that's gotta be a pacing change here. Nobody's even challenging window. Wait, we might see Miro.
Okay. So I like how Miro is trying to see as much information he could get. You know, he's been playing very much like as a solo, but for his team to try to see if he can get any information, we do have the rest of the team playing up towards window, maybe going towards A. They are going towards A quietly as Cam Zoinks is a little pushed up to see information. Though this camera is actually like pretty decent, you know? He gets to see if anybody comes up through long or through short. There are two other teammates going up to short. Zoinks just bought this trip. He does break it. And he's trying to see if there's anybody close. Sewers. Fid does here, try to see if he could get any picks. Trying to see if he could spot anybody. He looks like he's about to trigger, maybe jump down. I'm not quite sure. Ooh, and he did. He did do that. Try to see if he can get any information. Ooh, but he just. Oh my goodness! He has his own little smokes up his sleeve. Okay. Ooh, but he does get shot. That doesn't get anybody. Clove does pop her ult to try to get another pick, but she didn't. But Todd does get down from CT.
I mean, I said I was looking forward to seeing Fiddy Exec on the Cypher over the Raze, and they definitely feel like they know their way around that utility a lot more. But still, it just doesn't work out. I wish they had more support from their team there, you know, maybe like a little like stun while they're jumping in, but they take the dive before anybody's really ready to flood back in there. And again, that was also a hard retake when, again, Golden had an operator in hand too. So there was so much working against them in that kind of situation. And now 5-0, again, the BSCVA dominance is continuing, and the operator's been handed over to 2-Bit. So really nice how they're using this composition, right? The Reyna on the solo lurks, clears out of sight, and then they rotate over. So now I'm thinking we need a more proactive defense from the side of Neo Valorant. I think that's what they were trying to do. Golden almost swinging grass. The Cypher scaling down C. This could be what they need.
Ooh! Get the pick off of Milano. He does try to get information with this. Oh, he tried to get the gun, but you know, Fluff does back and try to see what the rest of the people are. And from that information, they're gonna start heading towards C. You know, their Cypher is down. Cypher was playing on C, so there's no trips available to stop them. They do got the smoke down. We got Todd and the Sova trying to creep up to see if they can get any information. They do try to shoot the box, but the box is not really shootable through. Ooh, they're trying to spam through the smoke to see if they get one, and they did get one. They got Todd down, and they're trying to put the spike down. We see the breach does creeping up towards flank. They didn't put trip down, but Cypher is going back. Maybe his tingly senses are going off. He does hear one. Oh, but he gets shot down. And so now they're playing. One's playing off long and 3 playing or on site. Golden Boy tries to get information from Garage.
Ooh. And low key, if I am that breach that died on flank, I'm like, hey guys, there's an operator down there. Like, and that's exactly what I think they did. Golden might just be going in, trying to get the operator and trying to sneak away, but they use their tailwind getting closer, and they look like they might have just DC'd mid-swing, but the job is not done. The Dream trying to find some of these solo players, and it just is not working. 6-0 now for BSCVA.
That's so unfortunate for Golden that probably that frame skip hit. You know, I'm honestly getting flashbacks to my own personal games when I lagged. I see those frame skipping. It sucks. It really does suck. But you know, all you have to do is just keep moving forward. Just try to see. They bought it up, but they sold it. Maybe they're not that confident anymore. They are trying to see if they could get, anything. Honestly, Cypher is going back towards A. Hopefully, Neo here can get any rounds. You know, their budget will be tight next round. Ooh, but he is going for the kill. Oh, he does get a kill off of Milano. He does sense somebody else is there. They try to get the op. Okay. I see you, Golden. Ooh,
they wanted it last round. They now have it.
I see the tension between the Clove. Ooh, but the Golden does get the kill off of the Clove. Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
So we saw like both sides of the coin. I said I wanted a proactive defense. Last time it fails, this time it succeeds. Really nicely done here. I like how Fulf is this deep, but unfortunately the spy cam spots them out. The Reyna collecting the spike, trying to make their way over here, but it's going to be met by the rotations of the rest of the squad. This is what happens when you play a Clove instead of an Omen as well. Well, you can't rotate really quick without them. And as a result, you gotta just lock into this A site. Plenty of time, but again, this is a guarantee. A beautiful stun that I said I wanted when they dive in, because both are stunned. All right, they cleaned up everything I wanted. I'm smiling if I'm like coach.
I mean, Cypher's little smokes, his own personal smokes, did work this time. So, this is actually very much needed for them, because if they would have lost this round, then their budget would have been very, very tight. But they won, and they got an op from that. They got 2 kills from Golden. So this is looking, you know, pretty decent. I'm rooting for them, you know.
No, for sure. And that's their first round on the board. As a result, they keep the operator as well to hopefully post up on the defense. I haven't really gotten to see them like push directly into the operator, which is again just unfortunate RNG for Golden, especially again when you're struggling with some ping issues. But this could be the round we're finally gonna get that opportunity, right? A little grass window split. The scope is good, but the shot doesn't align. Might just be an observer skew on our side, but whoa! Zoinks is kind of locked down as a result.
Oh my goodness! You know they went for into B. Neo was able to get some picks off. You know, making it 2v2. They're defending their site pretty well. They're getting their picks here. The last two are left. Oh, it's in the back site. You know, trying to see if they can get any more picks. Oh, but the Phoenix did pre-fire, getting the pick off it right now. Oh, but yeah, the switch from Omen to Cypher. Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
I mean, first off, 2-bit insane transfer, like that is like as clean as it can get. And second, FidiX, like one bullet in the chamber, and the confidence to swing that is also wild. Probably missed the shot, was about to reload, and you're already eliminated regardless. But aside from that, maybe we're seeing again, like just the decision making, the fact that they stuck around made that so close and almost gave a chance over to Neo Valorant, but doesn't work out. But I talked about that proactive defense. They're trying to do it again. Look at the A main aggression. Unfortunately, though, it's towards the opposite side of the map, and I do like where the Omen is, right? Just try to stay alive, piece off the Cypher, and play retake with your team.
I mean, it's a little bit unexpected from this Omen to go on a little bit on C long. Ooh, but this 2-bit 1v1. Ooh, but Fit does get the pick off of the ISO. But that's good on them, you know, making it a 5v3. Oh, but they still don't know that this Omen is long. Ooh, but the Omen is trying to see if we get him fall off. Is left in garage. They're a little bit unaware. Ooh, he does get the pick off of Jet, but he does get picked off from the end of the team.
I mean, that would have been unfortunate if the team didn't win that round, right? They invested the Rolling Thunder, they invested the Hunter's Fury, and it was really clean and again showcasing, okay, maybe we don't try to just live by the site, die by the site, let's play some retakes, and they're making them layered really well, from Todd's era being long to again the kind of funneling in after those ults kind of were let rip. And I think that's something else is we're not really seeing because of the confidence, because of the 7-2 scoreline. BSCVA feel like they have to rotate after execing, right? Usually when they rotate, it's like really early into the round when they feel like Spidey sense is tingling, something is not right. Not when they're in the weeds, already on the site and disengaging. So I think that's a really nice kind of realization and adjustment coming out here from Neo Valorant so far. We'll see if they can continue, because 7-5 half wouldn't be that bad on an attack-sided map, but they gotta keep up that consistency now.
This is Neo's map pick after all, you know, so I'm very curious if they still have other tricks pulled up on their sleeves. But we do see BSC here trying to see if they're playing default. Basically, they're trying to see if they can get any information off of any site. They're trying to see play maybe towards grass, somewhere, anywhere. Honestly, they Neo here does maybe sense that they might be going A, and their senses are probably correct. They're trying to creep up. They do have a little bit of sewer control since nobody is there, trying to sneak up. Silva is hanging back a little bit just to try to see if he can get a pick. And nope, he's going back to his team. There are some of them rotating back to C, which I wonder what information can make them. But you know, BSC is going straight for it to say maybe Fizz just might pull another trick of his sleeve to try to see if he can get any more picks.
Yeah, I mean, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. And again, I talked about it. A's site is so difficult for this squad to retake. They have to do so without true life coordination, and they just piece that apart in insane shots. And we talked about it, how they've almost rotated. They almost did it a few times on bind and just somehow got back in time. And that time it was pretty catastrophic, right? You mentioned it. They had 4 players there. They had the perfect read and they just disengaged too soon. Likely because that spy cam from Fiddy Exec didn't see anything close A main when they were just seconds away from coming across it. And all right, so 8-2. Now you're in danger territory where too stark of a lead and you can't come back next half.
I think for Neo here, they have to pay a little bit of time to just see, you know. Oh, but Zoinks just get the pick off and Jim and Todd. This is very good here for BSC. They're going straight towards A and see if we get any information. Oh, but Golden Boy is a little bit up on windows, but does get shot from 2-bit here. They're going straight for A. Oh, but just missed a couple shots off the Reyna, and the Reyna killing him, making it very unfortunate and a very quick. Okay, now, ooh, question here. Do you think it's gonna go to a 3-9? And if so, do you believe in the 3-9?
No, because I didn't ask you that. How dare you? That's my question. Whenever I like to cast new people, I'm like, all right, do you believe in the 9-3? Especially because we're both like adamant esports enjoyers in the Valorant, the BCP's universe. And so I gotta say, I do believe in it. Like, I've seen it come true so many times, and I've casted it so many times. Like, even if it doesn't come true, it means you're gonna have a banger game. Like, it always is like a 13-11, 13-10. But the issue here is, are we even gonna get the 9-3? I really think it could be a 10-2 unless Todd Zera. What is this?
I'm crossing my fingers. Ooh, but they, you know, I was hoping that they did not see it, but unfortunately they did. They're trying to see if we get any information that he did go up. You know, they're gonna try to go for it. They're trying to take control over sewers to see if they get any information. Nope, they're actually going back. Ooh, but Fabino is going up the windows, and he does get the kill off of Love, making it a 2v4. You know. Honestly, I wonder what Golden is trying to see if we get information. He does have
Only
a judge, making it a little bit unfortunate. They are playing onto site. They honestly, Golden and the Breach have to come together and see if they can get any more picks with each other. But you know, this is going many directions, honestly. We have the chat maker making a lot of noise. He does have a couple Yuto. Ooh, but does he get a kill? Oh, that's so unfortunate. Wow. Does get a kill off of Golden. Oh, Slinks does kill the Breach, and this is leading into a 2-10. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the 10-2 curve. Maybe the 11-3 if we see that here in a couple of rounds, but for the time being, right? Like, this is like all the alarm bells ringing. You lose this pistol, it's pretty much guaranteed map and series point. Or map, I would say series point was the best of 3. Just map point here for BSCVA on Haven. And look at that consistency. It was literally just blips on the radar, and I think really clean utility and ult investment that got those 2 rounds here for the side of Neo Valorant. So just really rough. And I mean, look at the confidence. We have 4 on A about to just storm into Garden like it's you know, humanity's last effort. And fortunately they're evading. And look, in the group up C long, like, this is just like 2 ships passing the night. All right.
You know, Neo could honestly get this kill off of full off here. You know, he doesn't really have any util set up for C. He's being very much pushed off the site, and you know, Neo is going straight for it. You know, trying to get the plant into it, and you know, try to stall as much time as they can. Ooh, but full off does get one off of Garage, but does get traded off from Todd. See if they can get any more details. Is leaving into a 4v4. Ooh, 2-bit does get one. You know, there's a lot of trading happening here. Now a 3v3. Todd does get one, but ooh, he's low on 29 HP and a lot of tension there. Ooh, but does get killed by Miro, leaving it to a 1v2. Does this Breach have any util? Oh, no.
2 bullets.
Oh, he does. He could get play lost trades. Oh, this is leaving to a 1v1 with Breach with 45 HP. Oh my god, if we go anywhere, because Sova does have full HP.
No.
Yes, he does get seen, and he does get a defuse. And this is crazy. Oh, but does he have time? Does he have time?
Yeah, they got time.
Yeah, he does have time. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh my goodness. A lot of these 1v1s are crazy, and these trade-offs were crazy.
And I mean, you miss all the shots you don't take, hesitation being the kiss of death, and that's exactly what we saw, right, from Fabino, not investing that fault line, just taking the secondary position, and it doesn't work out for them. It goes south. And now this is the problem, is, like I said, you're 11-2, it's gonna be map point, you gotta force, but even this force is dangerous, right? You lose this, and you're handing this map over to BSCVA, which again is why it's an all-in, why it's such a gamble, and let's hope they hit the jackpot.
As we see Neo here going straight onto B side to see if they could plant. Ooh, but 2-bit does get a 2K, you know? Ooh. And then Fibit gets killed from sewers, but do they know that the dream is there? You know, this is kind of unfortunate. It is a 1v4 with Neo having 1. Try to see if he can get any information or at least a pick. You know, maybe he can get a better gun out of this, because again, their budget is tight.
Oh my goodness!
Slice just got the kill onto the dream. That is so unfortunate, leaving it to a 2-12. They're gonna have to keep
Yeah.
forcing again here because it's match point basically.
Yeah, you gotta win 10 in a row just to get to overtime. Ooh, rough to say the least. I loved that last round, just the confidence of like, okay, the Shakhtar cleared it out. There's no way Dream's there, and they're like, ha, psych. At least takes one down with them for their efforts. It would have been even funnier if Zoinks like somehow got the knife kill, but at this point, I mean, even look at the buy here for the side of BSCVA, like forcing up Vandals, like confident they're gonna close this out, even with the forced up buy here from the side of Neo Valorant. Nice little setup here as well. Dream, Aries, all right.
Oh, but they don't know what Reyna is still behind that box. They did leave Spike behind, which, you know, it's a little unfortunate. Maybe they're trying, their initial plan was trying to see if they could play default. Oh, okay. Oh, good, does get the kill off of the Sniper, and Zayn does get the kill off the Dream. Oh, Vivino does get the kill off of the Reyna. This leading it to a 1v3, but is it enough? No, it's not. 2-bit is right there, and leaving it to a victory for BS.
Not even just a victory, a dominant one. 13-2 after a 13-7 on, the opposing team's map pick as well. And there's our scoreboard too. Just everybody except Milano, who is basically just like the last one to the party usually, so didn't get any kills after top fragging over towards Bind. Like I said, this team could steamroll in that first half when they attack with this style of composition, and that's exactly what they did. I said it 2-bit needed to be kind of a hero standalone player, and I was wrong because Miro was always an entry alongside them. I talked about how Miro wasn't that aggressive kind of controller that you expect from a Clove player over on Bind, and they delivered here on Haven. And they didn't have to worry about kind of the double duelist coordination because it was Reyna being a solo lurk player instead of Fulf. So just the complete dynamic, so fresh for this squad. And I was worried about this kind of composition on the defense. Well, we didn't even get to see the defense.
I mean, again, we weren't able to really see their ping from what was it? What team was it? Neo? Yeah, from Neo. Their ping difference from Bind and then Haven, you know, like it's just like, so if it wasn't on purpose, you know, it would be so unfortunate to have like your team be on high pet. And again, Haven was Neo's
it was BSCVA's.
Oh, BSC's, okay, it was
Yeah,
BSC's.
we take a look at the maps, there it is.
There it is. Okay, yeah. So I just, you know, I really wondered like what was the initial plan there, you know? If it wasn't, then it'd be so unfortunate, you know. I would be so bummed. But you know, we still got Pearl left, you know, we could only hope and dream and hope it could come to life.
Pearl's such an interesting one because obviously the newest map to return back to the pool, no changes made to it, but the meta has shifted drastically. And another thing as well is that BSCVA only played this map once, and it's been played by NeoVal twice. But again, I'm looking at these comps and I'm like, okay, I expect NeoVal to make a change. Actually, no, I don't. I'm lying to you. I was looking at the wrong map. But again, they kind of play like an old meta composition versus BSCVA taking a very new meta approach. And I'm not going to spoil that for you, Moo, but when we get back, you'll see it if they stick to it for both of these squads. And that's been my concern, is that I'm going to call it these Mickey Mouse compositions have been so dominant here for the side of BSCVA that I don't think NeoVal knows how to play around them very effectively. Like they're like coming in, they're like, okay guys, let's play some good Valorant. And BSCVA is like, nah, we want to win Valorant and play some crazy combs.
Well, again, this is Neo's, you know, map pick, and so I'm very curious how, you know, what their plan is, you know, how they're gonna execute, and how, if this ping situation is still gonna be happening in Pearl, what's the game plan there, you know? Are they gonna switch it up? Are they still gonna go with their original plan, you know? So I'm just very much looking forward to that. And again, Pearl does have a mid area, which is very beneficial for some lurkers, you know, and you know, we have seen the Reyna from last game be a lot of lurkers, so maybe she'll take advantage of that, you know? So we'll just have to see and, you know, get our just, you know, just see what's happening, because I'm actually very curious and excited.
Well, so far, you know, we talked about it, trying to defend their titles, Neo Valorant coming out, like, wanting to reclaim the crown they lost last semester to dethroning, and unfortunately, CVA has very, very different plans. On track for a 3-0 closeout, heading back into Pearl, Neo Valorant's map pick, but we do have to take a quick breather, just like our players, because this is a marathon, not a sprint. So when we come back, we'll see if we get an early close to the night with a dominant 3-0 victory, or if we'll go the distance, and maybe a reverse sweep is in the cards.
back, everybody. Ooh, this is gonna be very interesting. You know, this could be the last map that they play. This could be, you know, the third map they could play. This is, you know, very uncertain. I'm really looking forward to this game and see how it could go. We're playing on Pearl here. It's Neo's pick. BSC is defending, and you know, from it being Neo pick, I'm really wonder how, you know, how they're gonna execute their attacking here on first half, and just to see how it works.
For sure. And we talked about this before the break as well. This is a less experienced map for both these squads, right? It just came back into the pool. We're getting to see a look at that agent select here as well. And if things go the way I thought they would, which they seem to be for BSCVA, I think we are in a little bit of a different situation for them, right? We talked about how their comp for Haven was off meta with that ISO and that Reyna, but they were on a half that it was very bolstered, right? Starting on the attack. Versus this composition is also attack focused, but they're starting out on the defense. And we also talked about this, how we did see kind of an or I would say again, an old meta composition coming out from the side of Neo Valorant, and it looks like we're getting again the same kind of thing.
Yeah. So we're gonna pull like the Asher here. We're gonna pull the Cypher. Ooh, maybe 2 Sentis. Ooh, okay, 3 Sentis. Okay, maybe we're trolling. Maybe we're not trolling. You know, if they were trolling, I would be very, very curious.
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say we get a Jet and a Yoru from the remaining. Actually, wait. Actually, wait. Golden
I'm listening.
is on. Wait, they.
Wait, their duelist is on a Senti.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Are they just gonna go like triple, like Senti, and say screw it? Like, what are we gonna have happen? Like,
oh my god, trip after trip after trip. Imagine.
Like honestly, like I don't think like Fiddy Eggs, like I love you. You were cracked on the Cypher over on Haven. I don't think that they're gonna succeed if they're a solo duelist here. And maybe also that ping we talked about is coming in here. Timer expiring. They maybe just didn't load into Agent Select, which is why the squad was trolling. As we get a little bit of a refresh here in the lobby, and maybe they'll go back to more of a standard, which I'll let the cat out of the bag. Previously, they were running a Jet Yoru, so they were also running a double duelist, which would have been really cool to look forward to, and I think that would have worked really well between Fiddy Exec and Golden, especially after Fiddy Exec maybe got their confidence up with that Cypher game on Haven. Even if it was a stomp, they had a good individual performance.
You know, I wonder if that was their initial plan, or they're just trolling because they knew that you know, the reset was gonna happen. Oh, and then there's the Yoru that you were talking about.
Wait. But it's still double Senti.
Triple Senti. What? No initiator. Okay.
Wow.
This is gonna be crazy. I mean, they could kind of use the cam just to see any information on the site. But
I do low key. Okay, I like. I think I can see the comp working. Okay.
Tell me your vision. Tell me your vision.
But I wanted Golden on Yoru and Fiddy Exec on, I think, Cypher. Because, again, Fiddy Exec, like, they're stable, but I don't think they're a standout, right? And I think, like, for this composition to work, like you mentioned, yes, the spy cam gets info, but the big info tool is that dimensional drift, right? So if you have your frag and Yoru, and they're, like, consistently getting that ultimate online, then, yeah, you'll be perfectly fine. But aside from that, like, especially them starting on the attack here, like, this is dangerous. Like, starting the defense, yeah, go for a crutch, go for a triple Senti, but I'm not saying this is just a map free throwaway, like, you're already like, okay, our ping's not great, but oh, am I nervous now.
Now we know, honestly, that lurking is not an option here.
True.
For defenders, you know, you gotta
do it again, like Haven.
Literally, you know. And you know, with Pearl, there is the mid, you know, that's where you can take an opportunity to lurk, but again, that's not really an option here. So I'm very curious how they're gonna, you know, they're gonna have to get on site and hold it down with those 3 Sentis. They're gonna have to have every angle looked at. You're gonna have to have every angle held, and just basically no one. It's a no man zone for BSC here.
Oh yeah, and we're jumping into the pistol as well. Again, both these kind of comps on their off sides, to say the least here. But again, we'll have to see what exactly happens, because again, the individual prowess here for BSCVA being up 2-0 could carry them just to sweep through anyways. And speaking of sweeping through, into mid door we dive, head-on-head collision, and as I said before, look at that, just kills going the way of BSCVA.
This is a 4v2 now with Asher holding Spike. Asher trying to seek information from Art. There is a Clove holding the little cubby on the left. But Miro just getting spotted, but what's the angle? Oh, but Miro just got the kill when he gets Cypher. Oh, but someone got the kill on the Cypher. You know, honestly, I'm still so so curious how this is gonna go, you know?
I think first off, I don't want to say that's an omen about how it's gonna go, but I think it was just a little bit like the team ace, almost flawless. Like you can see the buys coming through here. I do think, like, when we talk about like the compositions and being on offsides for both of them, I think the triple sentinel is much more kind of in and off environment versus what we're seeing run here by the side of BSCVA. Like, I can see ways for this to work on the defense, right? Especially with the strong chamber play, right? You put a trip in one entry, you kind of like rendezvous the other. And also, if you're getting aggressive like this, like you're clove into art with one ways, like you're right scaling down A, then you're gonna have a lot of information to rotate off of effectively as well.
And it's gonna be a little bit difficult though, because again, they don't have initiator, they don't have any like a dog or anything to clear corners, you know? So they're just gonna have to, you know, go with it, honestly, try to throw as much util, but Wolf does get the pick off the KJ, and 2-Bit does get the pick off of the Astra. 2-Bit trying to see if they can get anybody in smokes. Ooh, but the Dream got the kill on Milano, and Finn does get the pick on Mira, leaving it to a 3v2. Oh, and Finn does get the pick off the Zoinks. Okay, this 2v2. You know, this can go both ways. I'm actually very curious. He does put his TP towards site here, trying to see if any information he could get. 2-Bit trying to hold the smoke and see if, you know, he can get anybody.
I wanted them to save that gate crash though. Maybe use it to like dive in, get the spike, and TP out. Now they just have to brave this and try and recover it here. So we'll see if the Raids can sneak one away with this upgraded weapon. The Bulldog, they commit to that, even though the Knight gets nothing. And now Dream can't really like hold down that space. So the Fade also should be able to get a weapon. Now they know you're headed towards the A site because of an insane haunt. This is going to be a hard 1v2 to win out.
Fade does pull her dog to try to see if she can get anybody. Dream is trying to hold the side to see if she can get one. Oh, she does get one, but Dream trying to see if she can get another. She does have 10 seconds left of the clock. Either she plants or tries to get the kill. Wolf is trying to get on site. Oh, but the Dream does get the kill and the plant. And a Vandal? Yeah. Or a Bulldog. My apologies. I like a Vandal for a sec.
Ooh. I mean, first off, Anti-Eco really clean there, able to get on the board early, tying things up 1-1, gonna throw the economy into shambles here for the side of BSCVA. But aside from that, maybe showcasing how the fixation on mid can kind of go south here for the side of BSCVA, because right now, yeah, they're trusting solely in Chamber to hold down the B site, Reina to hold down A. This is a mid-centric kind of defensive focus, so when they are just kind of like fighting you head on and piecing it apart like this, it's a really, really nice. And Zoinks, whoa, if that was a collat.
That would be so unfortunate, and she did not have time to dismiss. It seems like Neo here is trying to get sight off of A. Mira just trying to get some shots off of the KJ. They are going committing to the site. Olaf just trying to creep into the smoke. Try to see if she could get any picks off of them. 2-Bit is towards Art, just see if they could get any picks, but they're backing off towards site. They're playing off of the util as a Sentis here, which is kind of what I expected. They do have the Astrum Stars, which, you know, stalls a lot of time. So their comp here basically is made to stall a lot of time after putting Spike down.
No, yeah, it's doing so perfectly right now. The 4v4 also Dreams that clutch has the annihilation if things start to go south, and it seems like they are. 2-Bit 2 kills with the Deagle. They have to pull out the ult, and it connects along with the net. So now it's a 1v2 all left on 2-Bit, who is still netted and dealt with another 3. Make it 4 for the Dream, for the lead to suddenly go in favor of Neo Valorant.
Honestly, okay. I had my doubts first starting, but I see the vision. I see it now. I see it. You know, I've never seen a comp like this before, if I would be so honest. You know, and especially with the Yoru, like, you could have picked any other duelist, but I think Yoru was the best pick, because, you know, you could TP almost anywhere on, like, the map, you know, if you put your TPs right. And so you could just try to go on any angles, and then with the Senti util, you could just hold sight and just pray that you could hold it for the longest until the spike explodes. Yeah,
and my concern, though, is that BSCVA, how they're playing this as well, is kind of allowing them to get these sites really, really easily. So I want to see a major reshuffle if I was the coach planning around this composition. I would want to see, like, the Chamber solo holding Door and Art, and then stack 2 players on A and B. Because, yeah, this is what you need, is to deny any site take outright. And then they struggle, right, taking the sites. But if you give them the sites, then that post plant is going to be near impenetrable. And now, I mean, this is a nice opening frag, maybe showing why they trust the solo hold of the Chamber over towards B, is because this operator now online, maybe delayed again by that second round loss, but it's a great opener, and now the players are starting to gravitate towards this A site, hopefully deny a take altogether.
Time to jump. I got the
Exactly. So we got the Clove, and then we're in the Reyna on backside from BSC trying to see information, but the Yoru does get on site with this TP, and this is exactly like perfect. You TP onto site, and then hopefully TP back. Oh, but he's ulting here to see if we can get any information. They're throwing a lot of Senti Utel onto site, getting information from backside. Oh, but this is
No, there was not.
kill off the chamber. Yoru was getting maybe a little aggressive, trying to see if he could get any more for information. Golden
What a cam.
Golden just have the cam onto ARP. Oh, but it doesn't get a kill. Ooh, but they have to play time here. Ooh, but that's so unfortunate. That was so unfortunate. 2-bit does get the kill off of the Astra and leaving it to a 2-2 score.
That was an insane round. Like, it felt like the momentum was in control of Neo Valorant for so long. Again, I think maybe just for the exec, like the kill was really clean onto Milano, but removing themselves from that site made it so easily then for Miro and Zoinks to just funnel back on, because there was nobody else, right? You were the one that planted, not somebody else to hold down the space that you now left a vacancy at. And clearly when it's up for rent, someone is going to take that housing, and that's exactly what they do. They set up shop, they get the retake, they get now 2-2, and your economy again now kind of shaking up a little bit. So we're still in those stages where it's kind of back and forth, anyone's game, and we'll see who kind of emerges first.
This Reyna and Clove are pushing up a little from BSC, trying to see if they can get one. Ooh, but the Reyna does dismiss, but she's confident she could get another agent here. Hopefully we're pulling up all the blinds. Ooh, but they do get two, and they get two. Oh my goodness. This is good control off of A. This is like very much needed because, you know, if Neo does get sight, you know, it's a little bit hard to take over without the Senti util, so that's why they had to push forward and try to get picks, as much picks as they get, and it worked in their favor, making it a 3-2 score.
And I mean, at that point, right, like that's exactly what Zoinks wanted, right? Like they've been doing that every round. That was just the first time that early into the round we saw, you know, Neo Val fight into it, right? The last time they did it was a little bit delayed, and Zoinks had already kind of fallen back to dugout. And so again, you mentioned it, we've mentioned it together, saying that again, the key to keeping this composition from having success on the attack is to not let them take sight at all. And now without weapons, with a nice posted up angle here, there should be a trend towards doing it again.
Oh my goodness, that was very unfortunate for Milano to get the KJ. They're trying to see if Milano could hold information. Ooh, but this gets a wire down from the deadlock. Dream is trying to push into his hold to see, but the chamber does still have the op, trying to hold as much as he can. But do they know that Floaf is there? Do they? Try to have to hold it down and see if they could hold. Ooh! Hi! That's so unfortunate! Does get a phantom off of that. Trying to see if we can get any information. They do have a little bit of side control. They're still like testing it out. They're about to plant right now. There is so many.
An angle.
There was smoke cap from heaven, but unfortunately he was not able to get that. Cypher does pull the ult, trying to see if to get any more information. These spots one, both towards, you know, CT. Ooh, Milano does get the pick off.
I want the op save.
Cypher. Oh, he
No
can't.
way.
Oh,
No way.
He's trying to get as much picks as he can. Oh my goodness.
He thinks he can win it.
Oh my goodness. Wait, but they have to swing it both times just to get this chamber.
Oh no! They
But oh my goodness. Okay, this is go crazy.
Here, one hall. Bait.
Oh, what? What the heck? What?
But
that was
doesn't matter.
confusing.
This is an ace. I mean, at this point, they want the clutch. They don't even care about the round, or they can save the op. Get out. Yep, there it is.
Chamber run.
And the Astra. Accepting their fate, accepting the thrifty win though. We're tied 3-3, and you know, I said that I maybe wanted them to trust Milano on the mid door hold, and they did, but they kept a player with Milano, so there wasn't two on the B site. So when Fulf, who doesn't really have utility to hold on there, gets overwhelmed by again the Yara taking hall space, the barrier mesh kind of carrying and closing off CT, it's really hard to hold on as a solo fade. So I think you need two there at minimum, maybe fair your fade and your Viper, or sorry, your fade and your Raze together on B. Don't put the Raze Nectar with your chamber, especially when you have full trust in Milano in these ops.
Good point here. So Fala was trying to throw their eye just to see if they could get any information, but the eye was unfortunately destroyed. It seems like Neil here is going for a B plant, trying to see if they can get any more information. Oh, but he just put the Euro ult, see if we get any more information on site. They did get information of Chamber being on site, being TP towards Hall, another person in Hall, but oh, that's so unfortunate. Euro does get killed by the Reyna. Okay, this side control is not going well for Neo here. They're trying to get as much picks as possible, but the Blinks doesn't go. And right click. Oh no, not in the teabag. Okay, the teabag. The confidence is up there. It is very much up there.
And again, you said struggling with site control. They never got it to begin with, fighting head on, collision for collision, in order to get the lead back for BSCVA. And I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but that's exactly what BSCVA needs to do. If Spike goes down and they get set up in those post-plan positions, it's gonna get dicey. And speaking of dicey, this round is interesting. Todd Zera has a hero rifle. You have really high impact ultimates to work with as well for the side of Neo Valorant, but it's an eco, right? So again, how much do you commit before it's too much and you lose what shouldn't have been around to win in the first place?
We got 3 utils, not ults from Neo, and we're gonna first put the KJ ult just to try to make all the people of BSC go back to like, see information. Oh, but the Euro does get picked up in swings because the dugout is a little bit tricky to hold with the KJ ult. Oh, and some crazy action from Raze. They do fade ult to see if they can get any control, and this is leaving it to a 3v1 with Deadlock only left alive with the Deagle. Oh, but she does get the pick off, but Miro was fortunate enough to get the pick off of Deadlock.
Ooh.
It is intense. And one thing that I notice is every time when Yoru ults from Neo, it leaves them with no duelist to help them entry. You know, they only got 1 duelist here, so, and they also don't have an initiator. So it's a little bit tricky to try to, you know, take over control like site when there's only 3 senties and a controller.
I agree with that, but I also think that round, like, to be completely honest, and no shade to them, Todd Zera, where were the smokes, right? Like, you have a beautiful entry to set up for that post plant where your util is favored and you're on Nico, and they were missing and they just shoot you, even with the lockdown, right, at the peripheral. And ooh, the stare of death, you didn't give them their orb they needed. And again, I talked about it, they used 2 ults and didn't walk away with the round of Nico. Versus look at all the ults here that they don't even need to use for BVCSA right now.
Oh my goodness. The Rina did not care that the Yor was on site until after. She's like, okay, you're there, I got you. Oh, but Tuba does get the kill off of the KJ. Leading into a 6-3. You know, the site retake is not actually, it's not the greatest when wanting to have 3 senties trying to take control. Because you have to take control of the site to take control of the site, you know? So it's just like, it's a little bit tricky. You know, it was working the first 2 rounds, but then, you know, we got what's it called? I'm sorry, BSC trying to they picked up what they needed to do, and it's working for them.
No, for sure. And I think again the silver lining here is that on these rounds, right, they're still getting like an ult or 2 out of the side of BSCVA, right? Because like for the eco, right, we got the Nightfall out last round. They got the Showstopper out, but again, 6-3, we're staring at a similar barrel that was that danger point over on Haven where we ended with a 10-2 half, and we're headed again towards that. I don't think that's credited again to this to like BSCVA's composition. I think it's partially to your composition, but also just the confidence carrying over. Obviously, the ego, the spirits are soaring right now for BSCVA, realizing, hey, we're about to win a title for our school here in the grand finals of NJCAAE, and it's a really good statement because especially this round, right? Like it's another eco, so you're gonna be looking at 7-3, a guaranteed lead at the half if you win this.
So we got again Neo here on a save, and a BSC Econ is like, you know, perfectly fine. And honestly, if I was their team, I would just try to, if I was Team Neo here, I would just try to get any picks as possible. You know, try to see if they could control anything, honestly. But again, this is something that maybe they'll fix this round, maybe they won't with our future rounds, you know? We just gotta see here. There is a time pause here, is what I've noticed. I wonder,
little techie.
I wonder what's happening.
Well, we'll probably discuss it, and they'll probably communicate with us soon. But you said it, right? We need to see a change made out of this squad, out of Neo Valorant, if they want a chance to send us to maps 4 and 5 of Ascent and Split, instead of departing with an early 3-0 here. And again, I looked at this composition, and I'm like, okay, let's try to theory craft something up for them, because their post plans are so clean. But we really need someone else to step up in helping them get control over these sites. So we see again, it's kind of kind of mid focal point, I would say. But look at the adjustment on the defense as well from BSCVA, the Reyna and the fade over towards B. So maybe while they're going for these direct side hits, I want to see somebody working art earlier, because we've seen kind of these late artworks from players like Golden, right? And they like, it's too late at that point. Versus if they maybe are like a secondary entry, because now BSCVA is fighting like to counter site takes altogether. That could work, but even that is such a stretch, because right now it's an eco again.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I did notice that most of the entering was coming from Yor, which is understandable.
Yeah.
He's a duelist, but I feel like there also needs to be another entry from somebody. Or like how last round the Reyna was playing in the smoke, maybe a KJ Molly could have been thrown into it to try to, you know, back them off a little bit.
And low-key, that's why, like, this composition, and again, we talked about how Golden's not on a duelist anymore. Like, put Golden on a duelist, like a Jet, and this composition, I think, would cook. Like, the double sentinel is great. Like, I like the deadlock, because Dream, number one, is popping off really comfortable in this role. I would say more than the controller we saw them on in the first two maps. And I think also the Annihilation is great as an entry tool when you don't have, say, a Breach or a Fade and those, like, big ticket ultimates. And I think it's just, again, it's too passive right now. And Golden as well string on a role they don't normally play. And that was something I did notice, was kind of how, I guess, like, flexible the Neo VAL squad was in terms of their compositions, but they have yet to face an opponent as stark as BSCVA where they truly were tested in this way.
Yeah, again, from BSC, I've noticed that, you know, they pick up things that they need to fix after a round, you know, and that's honestly very, like, very good and very, very beneficial. Neo does have a little bit of difficulty trying to, you know, fix their errors, you know, it takes them a couple rounds. They eventually do get it, but sometimes it's a little bit too late with the big round gaps. And it seems like here we're back on time. So we're going to have, the Dream's going to put a blockage on art and see if they can
I like it.
Yeah, honestly, I have never seen this before, so I'm curious.
It's like serving a similar purpose to what I said about putting a player there, right? It's just to prevent like a player from fighting out of art simultaneously. But the issue is, right, you have the rendezvous, you got the clove, all like able to just get past it regardless before it gets wrong. And as a result, you gotta fight it head on anyway. So what do? Use the Annihilation. And I do like some of these eco investments, right? Because especially that's gonna be a free gun upgrade for you to use, right? Go to where Milano's body fell. And I like this as well. Look, the second art like I wanted.
Oh my god, that is so unfortunate. They do got a little bit of control. It's like, but Todd does get the pick, but Miro's gonna, maybe the little bit tension off.
Nah.
But Miro does get the kill, leading it to a 2v3. You know, this is possibly, this is so unfortunate. Okay, Wolf is got the kill off the Todd, making it a 2v1. This is now a 1v1, and the KJ does have to play off of her Yuta. But she gets seen from Flowers, and Miro gets the kill. 3k off here.
Please don't blow up.
And that round, you know, there were highs and there were lows for Neo Valorant, right?
Definitely.
Like again, the Annihilation, Chef's Kiss, takes the chamber offside, places Miro alone. Todd Zera, the aggression into art, Chef's Kiss, gets the operator, falls back. The aggression though from Todd Zera, from Golden, I should say, into Golden was the one also aggressing in art. Into the ulting Clove backside when you only have a deagle in hand, that is not what you want to see. Because it hands over a kill, it keeps the Clove alive, and then Miro is the one with the 3k to clutch it out regardless. So again, that eco round is lost. The lead now kind of conceded over to BSCVA permanently for this half, even if it's going to be a 7-5. And this is where, again, they need to shut things down before it becomes a 9-3.
Milano does get a kill off of Fabian, but he is barricade off. He does have to spend a couple bullets trying to shoot the barricade. This gives him enough time for Neo to get onto site. You know, they got the concuss on backside. Miro trying to see if he can get anything, but the Cypher cage is covering it. But Miro was prepared for that swing off of Yoru. You know, does it get to a 5v3? This retake is a little bit tight. But Milano does get some kills, making it a 4v1. But Miro does get the kills off of Todd, and now making this a 8-3.
And again, it's starting to slip. We're going to go into the last round, and it's going to be a force here from Neo Valorant, right? Not really going to have the best weapons. I mean, look at that economy, right? Like, it's last round, so you might as well buy what you can, but it's not going to be great. And again, like, the difficulty is getting into these sites, and that's what BSCVA has understood to a T and is stopping it out outright. And I like how they've been very fluid in the defense as well, right? Milano's been switching it up, right? Sometimes they're halls, sometimes they're mid doors. That time they were A main, and it's all like perfect kind of for countering it. This round might be a little bit sparse in the areas they need players because it is kind of a mid A spread. But we'll see. 2-bit pinged out immediately. That's dangerous.
They're getting a little bit aggro. Ooh, but the KJ does get the pick off of 2-bit from doors. You know, they're trying to take control off of mid. Hopefully, maybe they could go towards hall or maybe towards art to try, you know, take a plant from there. You know, so Fluff trying to see. You know, Fluff is the only one protecting art and hall. The Cypher ult does get pulled off. Trying to see if they can get any more information. Astra is going a little bit towards to see if they can get one. Ooh, but Todd does kill Fluff. This is pretty good for Neo here. Milano is trying to see if they can get information, but the rest of them are in A. Oh, blinded, but they don't know. Do they know Miro's there? They don't know. They saw the trick. Oh, now they did. Now, yeah, they're trying to get him, and they got the kill off of him, making it a 2v4.
Here, the Spectre, run and gun superior. Fitty Exec not done though. We talked about it being that duelist for your team, making that space, keeping it, so you can later rely on these post-plant positions. Another difficulty is though, they don't have any smokes anymore. So the fact that we're seeing again, Milano Zoinks slow down here allows for another player to develop. Golden spotting Milano out last round of the half. You don't save and you can't save the round either. 8-4, better than a 10-2, better than a 9-3 curse, but can they clutch it up?
You know, again, I liked how the change up trying to take control over mid and then sneak up towards halls and then go from halls to A was very like smart of them. You know, they realized that they couldn't take control from from B main or A main, so they went to the mid, which was something that was needed basically to help them get around. And so now we're just gonna see here Golden setting up for B site, and then seems like Neo is gonna try to go for a B push here with Chamber lurking behind.
Yeah, I think this is the best bet. I think like when you look at like the choke points and how wide they are, I think B has a little bit more options when you're running kind of this sentinel composition. And I do like the triple senti, right? Because it's so simple, right? You have one senti for A, one for B, one for kind of that art and connector, and it just feels like a heavy set formula, which is again why I think an 8-4 is enough here for this kind of crutch defensive composition to get through. But the difficulty also is like you have a raise, so it just like splinters through this util. It makes a B take so easy unless Fitty Exec's here.
They completely forgot that Yoro killed the Rays and Fade just gets shot in the back. Chamber is getting his one, but unfortunately gets killed by Fabio. And Fabio does
so it begins.
Again, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say this is the comp that's thriving on the defense. So I think an 8-4 is more than reasonable for a comeback here. It is gonna be really, really difficult. Like the util's gonna have to be on point from 2-bit in particular if you want to get past any of this Sentinel utility. Definitely.
Again, 3 sentis on defense. It seems like the perfect thing for them, And they're 8-5, but I've personally played many games where this is still winnable. The high ping is not a challenge for them. It's something that's just well. But it seems like we have BSC trying to creep up towards mid, trying to see if they can get any picks. We do have a Cypher hidden behind the box and see if they clear it. They don't know. Oh, he gets 2. What he gets 3? He gets 3 picks off of art for Golden. Oh my goodness. Now it's just Zoinks left, seeing if they could get any information. Oh, they get spotted, but Golden. Okay, ace. Will he get an ace? Will he get an ace? Wait, he gets an ace. Oh my goodness. This is so good for Neo here.
I mean, for the confidence, Golden as well was kind of lagging in the first half. Now they're popping off because again they're getting used to maybe the Cypher role or maybe trusting the rest of their Sentinels to anchor down these sites. But we are now 2 rounds away from tying things up between these two squads, and I mean the buy round here is going to be essential for the side of BSCVA. If they don't get this round across the board, it's going to be dangerous. And now they know the Cypher's Dens B, right? They've kind of tested the waters there. They know what it looks like, and now they're trying to head towards A main, but you're going to run into the deadlock.
You know,
Oh.
honestly, ooh, never mind. Mira gets a pick off at the deadlock. Trying to see if they can get information. One is hidden through smokes, but that does get cleared by the dog. A lot of util is being thrown, which leads Asha to go back towards R, pulling a star down just to hold them back just a little bit. It seems like they'd be rotating off. Team Neo did rotate really quickly towards A. That could not have helped them, maybe not, because ooh, Xiang's trying to get maybe a pick off of that, and Miro is slowly trying to see if anybody is flanking. This is very slow rotate, possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Again, you run into like so much Sentinel utility already. Like, okay, you gotta find the weakest point, and also the rotation there is really clean as well from the squad of Neo Valorant as well. Like your deadlock falls, gets overwhelmed, right? You're through the first layer of utility. Now you gotta get through the next layer of players. I do think not having a player to punish in the utility on the B site's dangerous here, but it looks like they really just want to play retake on B, which is understandable. Like when you do have the weapon disadvantage, it's just kind of like trying to get out of the way and then play retake. You also have a really good cam as well to get information for, okay, where do you play this retake? You also have Fabino finding a weapon upgrade there perhaps as well, and one for their troubles. So now, I mean, time, they rotated here as well. They could counter this outright.
Ooh. They got the plant successfully down. Now all they have to do is try to hold as much as they can, but they unfortunately, Neo got the flank off of them, and again shooting the body, and they got some vandals off of that. I wonder what's the rules about taunting.
I think Neo Valorant, it deserves a few when we look at the first half. Like, I think after this they're about even, so maybe lighten up on it. But again, they were struggling. Now we're 1 round separating these two squads. They deserve that celebration, especially when again the reads, the timings have been as clean when you're at high ping. Like, hats off to them. And again, maybe it's just again the confidence here. The third is starting to lack as well for the side of BSCVA, right? Like, there was no trademark, there was no trap on the flank. That's dangerous, especially when it was kind of like a 3v4. But aside from that, I don't like the defaults, right? You know, it's Sentinel utility. Like, if you're gonna default, you gotta destroy all this utility and then go for a side exit like that, or I need you to death wall into a site. And they're really doing not a good job at either.
I mean, again, I think that Cypher and Art scared them a little bit, made them a little bit hesitant, but Songs does get the headshot. But do they know that Yoru is behind tower, possibly trying to get them? Irena is throwing as much shots as they can just to try and maybe scare them off, but they don't know. They're held back a little bit, because again, they don't know where these Sentinels are at. The Yoru does get the pick off of the Reina. Fabian is trying to sneak up towards mid, hopefully get a pick. Oh, but Golden Boy overkills the fade. And they do pull off their ult from that just to see where this Brazen Chamber could be, and they know they're back on their site. They're a little bit scared to push. I mean, I would too, you know. Cypher pops up there, KJ pops up from there. What do I do?
I'm sorry, but I gotta point out before this round's over, look at the death trap on the A site. Cypher trap, swarm grenade, sensors. I think they dodged a bullet by fighting this operator fighting onto the B site, but even that, while they beat the Yoru and get over here, they're not gonna be able to beat the rotations. The funneling in is clean, but 2-bit might just be cleaner. The net gonna go land on the planter, who's now in the 1v2, but they are nearly, I was gonna say, avoiding the Odin spam, but you can't avoid Golden.
Oh my goodness, the overkill with the extra bullets. They want to make sure that they're dead. Okay, all they have to do is flat down, getting a little excited. You know, honestly, I don't blame them. I would too. Like, Golden Boy dancing on top of the body.
And yeah, Golden definitely the golden goat right now for sure. Even recovering the operator too, which has become a pivotal aspect of their defense too, right? Like, you have to choose, okay, it's like, do you want, what's between door number A, B, C, or D? And A, B, and C are Sentinel utility, stacked, and door D is an operator, so none of those options are optimal for an attack strategy. And I mean, look, we are 4-0 this half, favoring the side of Neo Valorant, showing again, this was a defensive half crutch with this composition. I mean, look at the buy, 2 Odins and an operator, they are now the ones confident.
Very much so. They're trying to hold A site, but they're not really there. They're trying to, you know, creep up. Yoru does ult towards he has the information, and they do spot 4 agents onto mid, trying to see if they can get anything. They do see this Clove solo, and they're gonna try to go for the kill.
Short kill!
Oh no! Oh, but that's so unfortunate! Zoinks does get the overkill back towards them. You're trying to make sure that they're dead. This does lead to a 5v2, trying to see if they can get information. Fabio does try to control into smokes. Mero does kind of expect it a little. Oh, but the dog just misses it, and it's so unexpected, maybe. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Zoinks does get the kill off of the KJ, and Todd is just left to see if anybody can creep up. Possibly Todd will save this op, possibly not. Oh, Todd does leave it. Okay, maybe they don't expect it.
Yeah.
That's so unfortunate. Again, a thing that I noticed from BSC is, you know, they try to figure things out. Okay, how can we change the next round to successfully win the round? And they just did that in this round.
I wouldn't even say necessarily that BSCVA changed anything other than some individual performance. I think it's more just the aggression was too much and changed for no reason on the side of Neo Valorant, right? You saw two players fall Art, you saw the Yoru fall in Spawn. Like, you have a triple sentinel. You don't have to get aggressive on your defense. And that's what was punished, right? Yeah, I agree with you completely, right? They were like, guys, we have 4 in this round. We're sailing, we're smoothing, and it just did not work. So, again, sit behind your utility, please. You're a sentinel, not a duelist. And I think the rounds will come to you. I mean, okay, Todd Zera, when you have an operator, you can take those swings, sure. Especially against Milano, and now Fiddy Isaac knows this isn't a B hit, so you can now rotate players to A. But that's a calculated risk. It's not just like 3 players running down mid plaza.
Yeah, I totally 100% agree with you. As we got Zoinks here trying to creep up, Fabio.
Whoa.
You know how you mentioned their ego was a little bit up. Fabio did push a little bit trying to get, but you know it did not work for the end of their favor. Golden Boy is just trying to stay a little bit back. The Dream does hear some people there. Fully gets some kills. Ooh,
wow.
Oh, he gets 2 kills over the, and he gets his ult, and he ults them, and he. Oh no! Oh, but he tried to shoot, but they didn't know the Fit is behind. This is intense.
Wait, Miro got bailed out! And they got the kill on a Dream still there, alive, and somebody 2v2! The Nightfall not clipping onto Golden, I don't think, but their utility still alive on the backside. Huge information, but Fulf sneaking one out against the isolated players. The Cam not spotting anybody either. The Haunt revealing their dugout. Okay, they spotted one. The wallbang!
They could wallbang that? Okay, maybe not. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is a little intense. They're hiding a little bit in the smoke just to see if they could get any information. They are getting shot through smoke. The cage. Ooh, but the dog just missing Golden here. He's trying to see if he can get any information onto site. Ooh, but does get jump peeked. Trying to check if Art is cleared because the spec one's there. Ooh, but his contention were right. Only 20 HAP. Both such low on HP. Will he stick? Oh, his time is running short. Time is running short. They're pre-firing. Unfortunately, not have enough time and does get shot down by Miro.
Wow. I want to see a replay of that round because there's no way Miro should even be alive. And I think it was a Fulf that bailed them out there, their partner in crime there in that 2vx clutch as well. Like, that could be the final nail in the coffin. Like, that could be the round. I'm trying to do quick math. 18 that changed the fate of this game from a comeback in a map 4 and 5 here for NJCAA Esports into a potential 3-0 with double digits now breached for the side of BSCVA.
Neo honestly just needs to chillax just a little bit, you know? They're going a little bit forward. Their comp is made to be very passive. Oh, but they took the Reyna off. Okay, that was a good teamwork from the both of them. Yoru does TP towards B, maybe the chance that they would rotate towards. It seems like they're still heading B, C, still heading towards A. Or
yeah,
not,
I like
trying to
that.
back off.
It's working too, right?
Yeah.
You like have heavy aggression A, you put up the wall, now you rotate over. Like you're like, okay, we maybe hopefully push them into B. And this is again where I think the slow nature is working out a little bit. Like I said, I didn't like them defaulting, but now they've dodged a major bullet as well. And they're gonna trust hopefully Milano to kind of bait these players towards B or get information on who's posted up here. And then they'll go for a site exec. Aside from that though, also the patience means that deadlock wall is faded. You can hopefully fight into A. But the issue there is that, okay, there's Cypher utility you have to get by too.
It seems like they're going to be trying to go through an A. They're trying to pick out and see if they could get anybody or any information that could possibly help them get onto site and plant it. This is a 4v5, so they do have a little bit of a hand. Milano does get spotted though. And 2-bit, ooh, also getting spotted from the off angle from KJ. This is it. This could go many directions, honestly. There's a little fight. Oh, jeez, there's a little fight happening. Ooh!
No escape.
But now they're gonna get pinched with the art players. Miro has Spike. If they fall here, yeah, that's Spike down. You have 15 seconds left. If you are these last 2 players alive, like, Ooh, Fulf, you gotta get that spike and hightail it back, or you gotta save your weapon, and it feels like neither is going to be opted for, and now Milano, position known, 14 HP. The Swarm Grenade could have finished them off, but fortunately they sneak by it. They're gonna keep the Vandal for the next round.
That was so unfortunate. KJ honestly held their sight down there towards Hall and just trying to see if they could get a pick, and they did get a pick. They got the pick off of the Rays, and then picks after picks after picks, helping Neo get the victory on that round.
My concern here, though, again, like, yes, it's a 1-round trailing, but the economy still is okay for BSCVA, and look at the ults that are starting to charge up, right? One good round from Zoinks, one good ult from 2-Bit, and you're on 11. You're breaking the economy here for Neo Esports as well. I mean, look at their money. Like, it is so dangerous for both these squads still. It's so volatile to call who could win this map.
Honestly, yes, because if they do use Util from BSC, they could do the retake from Neo on KJ, you know? So it could go like many ways. I see Fid trying to do the same trick as they did a couple rounds ago, trying to see if they could get anyone. Mono is still looking. Oh! Mono just gets spotted, but they both just miss. And Yoru TPing back towards A. You know, I really wonder what's the plan, you know? I would be paranoid of all these sentinels again.
I just look at the mini-map every time and laugh, right? Just the immense utility everywhere for this squad. Like, I would also be just so frustrated if I was the BSCVA player. So you gotta, you know, break through somewhere. That's exactly what they're gonna do. The least common denominator, the least threatening utility, I would agree, is that KJ util. So what do? You go Halls to B. But now, Golden has an Odin backside. Oh... Rocket?
They get the kill in time. Ooh, unfortunate. 2-Bit gets the kill off of the Cypher off of Hall. Fit does get a little bit caught into Faith Util. Trying to see if they can get anybody. This is a
They have lockdown for retake.
Ooh, Milano's hanging around in Hawes. Would they spot the Astra? No, they don't.
Wait,
okay,
they got it now.
Ooh.
There it is. The issue, though, is Spike wasn't planted for long here, so they vacate. Yes, there's maybe a narrow passage for Fulf here, but Zoinks tried to stick around, and unfortunately, they're going to lose their life, so now it's a 2v3. Look how low HP your deadlock is!
Thank goodness. We just have to hope on the util usage and
beautiful haunt.
We just have to play time on for BSC to see if they can get anybody, but that's deadlock was so low. They couldn't really do anything.
Yeah, no, that
11
was...
and 9.
It was played well. I think ultimately just if they didn't have the mirror lurk through mid doors, I think that easily would have gone the way of Neo Esports. Just because, right, Todzera, like they had wall, they had smokes. They would have been putting that up over towards B long as a kind of a perfect combination with that lockdown so that you couldn't kind of play off site or like at the threshold of the lockdown like the Bobcats were ready to stalk their prey and win that round. But again, just Miro find them, and Todzera falls. Now we're 11-9, economy shattered. This should be map and a series point for BSCVA.
I mean, they can still have some tricks up their sleeve. Ooh, oh, but Zoinks gets the both kills and the teabag and the extra shot, making sure that the Yoru knows who wants to win this game. Fabio is creeping up a little bit. Does he hear that they're rotating? I think he does hear that they're rotating, hopefully communicating to their teammates. Oh, but the Reyna is still an A main. Could they get the KJ off guard? We'll have to see. They're all going towards a B long. Let's see if they can get anybody. Todd does get naded off the angle. Ooh! It does get caught on the Reyna. Oh, the 2-Bit does get the Astra.
Yeah, now like this squad's doing really well, right? I think first off, desperation setting in for Neo VAL. They're getting super aggressive, which again, this comp doesn't favor. And so you lose those players, you lose half your utility, and then they go to the opposing site and just challenge there as well, recognizing the lack of weapons. Even if Abino finds their own hero rifle, can't take down the full force of the team, cannot clutch things out. And it is 12-9, map and series point for BSCVA. Almost a flawless sweep 3-0 if they can just get this round done. But look at the buy, look at the ults. I think this is not what is left in the tank for Neo Esports just yet.
Honestly, I'm really curious how they're gonna execute because both teams have 3 ults, you know, and so they have the from BSC they have the Clove just in case, you know, play time or retake a little bit entry. They got the Fade to check everything on site. And Milano keeps going to B to give any information, so he just get the Yoru off. The Deadlock does back off. Todd gets killed. from 2-bit here, 2-bit trying to see if there's anybody else starting with Taunt. Doesn't find anybody, and they're heading towards B long, BSC.
All right. Here we go. I mean, you've already gotten two. You've again shut down that aggression. That was mid plaza. That was main. And that's exactly what I said we couldn't see from the side of NJCAA Esports, and they do it yet again. Their fatal flaw, now Golden Island dealt with as well. They've drowned under the pressure. And look at this. They know now where Fabino is, because 2-bit at least was able to shut them down. But now, I mean, now you have a pinch play. Now your players are divided. Like, Fabino, you just did this last round, and you got dropped by a high-low. What's the difference this time around?
There is a lot of tension being given onto the deadlock. Ooh, but being seen, and oh, that's so unfortunate. Making it 13-9, BSC winning this morning.
Wow, 13-9, crowning out the 3-0 victory. You know, we had 13-7, 13-2, and a 13-9 for the 3-0 victory for your NJCAAE Fall Champions at the Nationals to be crowned. You know, the dynasty is now falling, a new victor emerging. This is nice to see that, again, it shows how well-rounded the talent is in this collegiate league, where nobody can hold on to that crown for too long in the battle of King of the Hill. And I'm so excited for next semester, too. I want a rematch between these two as, like, a show match, because I think if all the players, like the students, were stateside, it would be a completely different situation with the pings. But for now, there's the scoreboard, a little bit checkerboard. So this was as competitive as we were going to get when both teams had Mickey Mouse comps. But, you know, only one got to go to Disneyland, and that is BSCVA.
You know, honestly, the way that BSC was able to, like, pick up everything and how to fix their errors were pretty good. And honestly, it made them get a 3-0, you know? So.
Yep. And again, really nice here. It's so cool as well, because these players, like, they wanted to start early, like they were eager to get to the action, and also just huge respect to them as well. Like you said, it's finals time, and they're also playing a super competitive Valorant environment. Like, I know how much esports pursuits can wreck your academics, so kudos to anybody balancing it, even if these are junior colleges in this league. So shout out to them as well for having esports programs to begin with. Like, that was what I was so excited to witness, was just, again, like, teams I haven't casted before that have really strong talent. And I was not disappointed here, Mumu.
Again, like, colleges, I think college teams always have, like, such unique ways of how they do things. Like, again, the 3 centis, I did not expect that on Pearl, you know? And so I was just, like, mind blown. I was rooting for them, honestly, because they were doing so good for the first half, you know, holding down site, taking control, playing time, waiting for the spike to explode. But, you know, BNC was able to, you know, find their ways. They, you know, they try to go for the weakest util, try to, like, shimmy their way onto sites, and again, it worked for them, making them win Pearl in their last 2 previous rounds.
While our in-game coverage is done, that's not all for our NJCAAE Grand Finals coverage. We do have a very special feature interview with Zoinks from the BSC Bobcats here. Zoinks, how are you feeling after your 3-0 sweep of a victory tonight?
Feels great. I'm just happy to win. It's been a while since I've won, so I think we're all enjoying this win.
Yeah, you definitely look like you were having fun there. Some little antics back and forth and body shooting. But, you know, this was a team that kind of, I was told, because I'm new to NJCAAE, was kind of a dominant force. So were you kind of expecting to have this, I don't want to say easy of a time, because that map 3 got a little dicey, but what do you think, like, how did expectations live up to reality for this match?
I think the biggest competition in all of NJC is Berlin, considering that they played challengers and everything, but they ended up not playing for NJC this year, so we knew we had a smooth sailing. Like, some games were hard, but that's just how Valorant is. You just have to, like, figure out what they're doing. Like, it's not about the slow start, it's always about the finish that we're able to get.
Do you have any question for him, Mumu?
What was the switch up for Pearl? Because, you know, we got Neo catching up a little bit on the scoreboard. How did the communication look like? What was the plan of changing what you guys needed to do to win Pearl?
I think they're running, like, a cheese comp, and it's something that we haven't been able to see. Like a triple sentinel solo Astra, so it's basically 4 sentinels, and then Yor just get to, like, go around the map. So I think that we just decided to play slower, and I decided that I was just going to win my gunfights, and then that was like our only conversation talk, is that we're losing because we're not winning our gunfights. And then we start winning our gunfights and they can't really do anything to stop us. It's all about the little momentum they gave us.
Valid, yeah, it was a nice turnaround after that really stark start from Neo Valorant on their defensive half. But I think I have two more questions. My first one is, you guys also kind of ran some off meta compositions, all 3 maps, like in slight nuances, right? Like they were kind of a different font of what is known and accepted. So why do you guys kind of lean towards those compositions for your squad over what is kind of proven to work on maps in the current pool?
Yeah, we were playing the Neon comp for like the first few
Yeah.
months, and then we just realized that it just isn't us. Like there's just too many people that are flexing around. So we just decided that we're gonna stick with like the characters that we're best at. So like it all started with Miro going Clove, and then he's dropping 30 a map. So it just makes it easier for us after that. And then like 2-Bit was playing flashes for us, and we decided that he's better at like playing that raised jet type of characters. ISO on Haven too. So we just kind of like decided that everyone needs to just play what they want to play, and then you start having fun. And then once you start having fun, you just start winning.
Mumu, do you have another question?
No, just congratulations on this victory. I'm so happy for you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
and my last
you.
question also is on the vein of congratulations. Just, is there anybody you want to shout out or thank for your fall championship victory?
Yeah. First and foremost, want to thank Enjoyable, our director. Like he's done a lot of stuff for every player here. He goes through the thick and thin to make sure all of us are comfortable, and he always tries to make sure that we're like at our best. Want to thank obviously my team. Like happy that we won, and I feel like from the start of the semester to where we are now, everybody improves so much. Like it's really awesome to see people like improving and wanting to win, and I think that's like the motivation that you have. Like we didn't have any. We had a few sticks in the mud, but we still turned it around and we got to win. And like obviously thankful for my family for letting me play, and like competing in Collegiate, and like not saying it's my dream or anything like that, but like supporting me for doing what I want to do. Just like you always have to have a good cast around you, I feel like, to be good at something, and I'm very thankful for them.
Now you go. Honestly, I'm rooting for you for your potential future. Honestly, I see something amazing for you. So keep going at it.
Well,
Thank
thank you again for taking the time out to talk with us to get a little peek at BSCVA and what allowed this grand championship win to be possible. We hope you have a great night and go celebrate with your team. Woo.
Thank you guys so much.
Of
Nice
course.
talking to you.
Yeah. And with that, that does now start to wind down the NJCAAE Grand Finals coverage. Mumu, hats off to both teams, right? Like Neo, again, Val had some unfortunate circumstances, some tech pauses here and there. Again, had a really clean season, only dropping 1 map the entire time. So that's nothing to scoff at. They should be super proud as well and come back swinging in the spring semester. But it was also a pleasure to work with you, Mumu. How are you feeling after that?
Honestly, this was so exciting. I had so much fun casting with you. This was amazing. There was a lot of full of energy with like that ace and those changes on Pearl. A little bit of the tea bags and the shooting. It was all exciting, so exciting to cast, and it was really, really fun.
Well, with that, again, it's a little bit early on the East and the West Coast. We got to close it out with a quick 3-0, so we won't keep you any longer. Last shout out again is thanks to the sponsors for NJCAAE that make all of this coverage possible, and the prize pooling. And as well, this isn't all of the action we have as well to close out the fall season. We did have Overwatch already happen, where again, BSCVA is on a roll, but we have League of Legends rescheduled as well, coming up after the weekend on Monday at 7:30 CT, 5:30 PST, or if you're over here on the East Coast like me, 8:30. So that's more esports action you'll get to look forward to. But Moo, it's been great to cast with you, and everybody else, have a good night.